自分はなんて描いても消えない願いに入れるこぼれ落ちるかけらを掴むその手で揺れる心抱えて飛び込んでけ夜へ誰かのために来てこの時が全てでいいでしょう見せかけの自分はそっと捨ててただりの中で
Hello, welcome back to Gilgamesh Fillet Friday. The quality taste you've come to expect. Hi. I'm having a tired one today, so, forgive me if I have a little bit of a slow start. Or otherwise, I don't know. Who fucking knows? Who cares? What? Is this guy dead yet? Are all these guys dead yet? Let's just get right into it.
This happened 10 years ago. In the middle of a blazing town, I chased the responsibility of being the only survivor. Will you...
Blank.
Never forgotten. Not even once. The price I paid for surviving is to make sure that this scene never happens again. Will you betray it all? I swore an oath. I swore to myself that I'd always do the right thing, like my old man. That's what Shido Emiya has spent his life doing. I got this far allowing my own life to be used by others, so that I could proudly face those who couldn't be saved. I understand that all too well. I do. And yet... will you betray your old self? Ugh. I know the main culprit. You know who you should defeat. The Black Sun. You have to kill that shadow which appeared in the sky that day, before it happens again. Remember what you've lived for all this time. You affirmed your way of life to save those who wish to be saved, and to help innocent people who get caught in tragedies. And if you're going to reject it all now for just one woman, if you're going to betray it all, then Shido Emiya must pass judgment on himself.
I think you kind of do that pretty often, Shido, actually. Nothing new there.
This morning, I wake up from my slumber. It's bright outside and past 7 o'clock. My body feels heavy. My limbs feel numb. My sluggish head can't quite remember who I am. Maybe my blood isn't flowing yet. Oh, right. Sakura, what do you want for breakfast? I pat Sakura, who's sleeping next to me. Strangely, all I remember is that we went to sleep next to each other. The fact that the girl I love is sleeping next to me must be far more important than silly questions like, who am I?
Well, I don't know. That's just kind of a funny way to put that. I don't need to know who I am. It's fine.
Sakura, it's morning. Better get up or else there's going to be a lot of trouble with breakfast and Tosuka and everything. I touch her shoulder a couple more times. Sakura feels cold. I don't mean her attitude. She's physically cold and hard to the touch. Sakura? In a haze, I get up and look around the room. She's not here. The sensation of sleeping together and holding her hand tightly so she won't go anywhere is gone. Sakura isn't in the room.
Oh? Yeah, I mean, figures.
Sakura! She's nowhere to be found. Her room is silent and unused. There's nobody in the living room. I can't move my body very well. I stub a toe on the table as I try to get around it. I trip and fall using the wall to get back up, and I go to the hallway. Am I panicking? Nothing feels wrong with my body, but I can't calm down. Why am I panicking? What am I anxious about? I try to put it into words, but I end up getting lost in thought for 10 seconds. Am I unable to think right now? Or does something I've already thought of just fail to come to mind? The blood flow in my just awakened head's poor, and I can't tell which it is. I can't remember what I want to do, but I see Sakura's shoes by the front door and breathe a sigh of relief. Tosuka's shoes aren't here. Ilya's shoes are. What that means is... if her shoes aren't here, then... Oh, right. Sakura must be at home, while Tosuka's the only one outside. So that's why I feel relieved. Sakura hasn't gone out anywhere. Okay, I'm starting to connect the dots. Basically, Sakura woke up first. She must have washed up, made breakfast, trained in the dojo, and did laundry in the backyard. Guess I was worried for nothing. I sigh and turn back to the living room. Shiro? Tosuka comes in, running in from the front door. What's up, Tosuka? On a morning walk?
Why would I be taking it easy like that? We'll talk later. Sakura collapsed outside, so carry her in. I'll get ready to give her first aid.
The clock turns. It's past 9 o'clock. 2 hours ago, I carried Sakura, who had collapsed near the front door, into the living room, as Tosuka told me to. My paralyzed brain finally started working.
Hey, Shiro. Are you feeling better now?
I think I'm back to normal. Sorry for making you worry, Ilya. To be honest, I don't have any memory of the last 2 hours, so I don't know what stupid stuff I did.
You really didn't do anything. You came in carrying Sakura and held her hand the whole time while Rin was treating her. Once we knew that she just had a high fever, you sat on the floor.
Oh. What about Tosuka? I think she took Sakura to her bedroom.
Rin was looking through the closet in the tatami room. I bet she was looking for a change of clothes for Sakura. She came back all dirty, so we would need to change her before getting her to bed, right?
I see. That makes sense. I'd have to stay in the living room in that case.
Hey, I'm going to change her, and you're a guy, so why are you coming with us?
Tosuka probably gave me such a warning.
That is a really funny thing to say in context, too, considering, like, if you've played the original, it's like, oh, no, you can't see her change. That would be so inappropriate for it's like, they've had sex. Like, not to be blunt, but like, I think at this point, it kind of isn't really that big of a deal.
Tosuka probably gave me such a warning. So, I've been waiting here for 2 hours, huh? Even if I was confused, that still makes me feel like an idiot. Seriously, what's going on with me today? There's so many things I should be thinking about. Sakura's well-being after she collapsed from a fever, the massive meal that the enemy had last night. No, I can think about those later. Right now I should be considering why Sakura was found outside the house when she went to sleep next to... I want to vomit. My thoughts deny each other. 2 hours of lost time. It's how long I thought about that problem to the point of not wanting to anymore. My body reminds me.
Shiro, don't try to remember things you can't remember. You didn't forget it. It's just gone. When you try to dig up something that doesn't exist anymore, all you'll find is pain.
Huh? Ilya?
Never mind. I was just talking to myself. Forget it.
Ilya looks away and goes quiet. A few minutes pass. Around the time the hand on the clock points to 10.
Thanks for waiting. Sakura's awake.
Tosuka came in and said it like it was no big deal. Tosuka, is Sakura alright?
Who knows? You should be asking her, not me. I don't think you should hear it from me.
Alright, I'm going to see her. I stand up. I leave Ilya and Tosuka in the living room and go to Sakura's bedroom.
Thank goodness. You came, Senpai.
In bed, Sakura sees my face and makes a slightly pained sigh. Of course I came, silly. You fainted. You fainted. I'd come for you no matter where you were. Tosaka beat me to it first, but it's my job to look after you when you're sick. I take a seat on the chair next to her bed. Sakura does her best to make eye contact from where she's lying. So, how are you feeling? Tosaka wouldn't tell me anything.
Oh, really? She didn't tell you?
Nope. She said to ask you everything. Guess she was being considerate.
You look a little happy, Senpai. I've wondered this for a while, but you like the way my sister is strict on you sometimes, don't you?
As if! Tosaka's got a good head on her shoulders, but I couldn't take it if she were like that all the time. Besides, at times like these, it's that obvious consideration that keeps us sane. That goes for me and you. Sakura nods with a smile. Her expression looks so content, it makes me feel a little relieved. Good. I feel better seeing you like this. What did Tosaka say?
That my stamina's getting worse. I'm malnourished and that I have a light fever. She also said that there's nothing to worry about as long as I'm sleeping enough, so I have to get bed rest all day.
Sakura's breathing sounds labored, even as she says that. Is she having a hard time even when she's lying down? It seems like she's trying to control her breathing so that I don't worry. Okay, then keep lying down for now. Do you, have enough magical energy?
Yes. I'm doing all right on that front, thanks to you.
I feel myself blushing as I ask. Still, it's something I need to be sure of, so I'll have to put up with it. I bet you'll feel better once you get something good to eat. Hang on, I'll put everything I've got into making you lunch. I roll up my sleeve reassuringly. However,
I'm sorry. I should actually be the one cooking for you. If I could stand up, I'd at least be able to help you, but I can't. It's frustrating.
apparently they were hard words for Sakura to hear. That's right. Sakura's worried about her role in our home. She wants to at least live life, even if she can't do anything about our situation. But she isn't even allowed to do simple things like cook anymore. Just hang in there for now. When a sick person doesn't rest, they'll just get sicker. Don't you worry. I plan to ask you to cook 3 meals a day once you're all better. You'll regret that you didn't get any rest while you still could. I jokingly tell Sakura what's in store for her. Yeah. I'll let her have the kitchen for half a year, if that makes her happy.
Really? You won't go back on that, will you?
Really. I'll behave for half a year at least. Oh no. I'll help you when things get hard. You should at least let me work in front of the stove. I've been standing in the kitchen for the last 8 years, too. I need to hold a frying pan in my hands at least once in a while to feel at ease.
Alright, it's a promise. Once I get better, please eat my food.
Yeah, I'll make you as many promises as you want. I stand up from the chair. I shouldn't tire Sakura out with any more conversation. We got to talk, and I confirmed that Sakura's safe.
Oh, shit. I forgot, actually. There was a donation that came in before the stream started. I wanted to read that real quick. That was from Captain Crescendo 5826 with the $5. Thank you for allowing me to get through several VNs I've been wanting to go through, was the message that was attached. And you're welcome. I really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Anyway, sorry. I just remembered that all of a sudden. So I wanted to go back and make sure that I caught that.
Now I need to let her rest. I'll be back when it's lunchtime, so try to sleep until then. I leave her bedside. Sakura nods without saying anything. Oh, right, Sakura. As I reach for the doorknob, something occurs to me.
Yes? What, senpai?
I was just wondering why you were on the ground in front of the door. You went to sleep in my room last night, right? I ask the question as casually as possible. After a slight pause, she answers.
I was out on a morning walk. I woke up earlier than you, so I decided to go outside, but then I fainted. My sister is right. I really shouldn't go outside right now.
She answers as brightly and naturally as I ask the question. Neither Tosaka nor Ilya are in the living room when I return. Maybe they went back to their room. Could be. They're working on trying to replicate some jeweled sword. My role in the process starts once they create a replica approximating the original. Until then, my responsibility is to draw out as much of Archer's magecraft experience as possible from his arm. My body is made of swords. I am the bone of my sword. Huh? That's his original incantation that backflowed into me, along with the pain. It oddly rolls off the tongue, and once it embedded itself in me, the success rate of my projections dramatically increased. I can complete roughly half of my projections now. I'm copying Archer in order to make copies of a real weapon, but all I can make are fakes. His projections are meant to be reproductions that are treated the same as their originals. The only thing that Shido Emiya can make is a degraded delusion. If I want to turn that into an illusion, I have no choice but to borrow this arm's power. Self-destruction. Using this arm, even once, will do more than simply poison myself. It'll light the fuse on a bomb. Once I do that, my end's assured. I imagine a firing trigger. A handgun is inside my brain. The muzzle points from my brain to the outside, but the trigger's contained within. The ticking time bomb that Kotomine mentioned must be this mental image of a gun. Then if I can take the gun out of my head, I won't light the fuse even if I use it. No, I need to get the fuse itself out of my head, too. That's the best solution. Of course, I have no idea how I'm supposed to do that. Right, the news. I turn on the TV. I watch the news with a heavy body, feeling a need to know the outcome of last night's incident. It's easy enough to find the right channel. Every single network is talking about it.
Disappearances with no clear cause. Residents missing from 40 homes. Not a single person lucky enough to escape that plight was even aware that their neighbors disappeared. And not a single one of nearly 60 people will ever be coming home again.
One by one, I memorized the names of the nearly 60 missing persons. One by one, I carved the strangers' names into my mind. And one by one, I replaced them with the names of people close to me. Ugh. Can you forgive it? When the time comes, will you be able to forgive? Will you truly be able to forgive the one who caused this, and yourself for letting it happen? If not, if you can't protect it from the sin, then the painless way out would be to put a stop to it before any more crimes happen. The TV screen goes dark. As for the news report that was describing the damage in detail,
Don't do anything stupid. We're not righteous enough people to mourn what's already happened, are we?
Tosuka shows up out of nowhere, turning off the TV. Tosuka.
Here, drink this tea I made. Ilya said she wants to be alone, so I'm free right now.
She sets a teacup on the table. She says it like it's the reason she's here, even though it isn't. I have no reason to follow her instructions, but you went to all that trouble. I'll drink it.
Drink it up. It's hot enough to burn your tongue, though.
Oh, good. Thanks, Tosuka.
I just wanted to relax for a bit, and you just happened to be here.
All I can do is gratefully accept her awkward way of being thoughtful. Time passes. Tosuka and I don't do anything. We just look at each other and drink our tea in silence. Strangely, I don't feel nervous. Rather, it feels like a weight's off my shoulders, like I can take a mental breather. You know, maybe Tosuka is actually a soothing person.
What are you grinning for? If you got something to say it.
I just had a thought. I've never just sat around with you doing nothing before. Before, every time we met up, it was only to talk about the Holy Grail War. It was a pretty brutal relationship now that I think about it.
Well, what did you expect? That's where we started. Or what, you want to make small talk about school exams or shops we like?
No, I think this is fine. It just feels very fitting that we have a relationship where we can't let our guard down. So it feels odd, unbalanced even, for us to be lazing around in this way. You're right, though.
That is how this all started. I only started talking
to you once I became a master. I bet we wouldn't have even known each other if I hadn't become a master. In that sense, that's one good thing that came out of being a master. I get to fight alongside the girl who I only admired from afar.
That's not quite true. I don't know if it's mutual, but I've known about you for quite a while, Shido.
With a hint of bashfulness, Tosuka murmurs something I couldn't possibly miss. You knew me? When I ask why, she nods, looking even more embarrassed. No way! Did we ever speak during our first year?
That didn't happen. I just mean that I knew of you. I guess you could say that Shiroemi is responsible for one of my traumatic episodes.
Trauma? But why? That doesn't sound very nice. I know that you can't go through life without offending people without even realizing it, but still. My mental health is bound to have a very poor outlook when it involves Ren Tosaka, who loves getting payback threefold or even fourfold.
I'd like to know the very same thing.
No, the same thing. Just the same thing. Not the very same.
Fine, I might as well spill it now. It was around now, 4 years ago. I don't know why, but you remember when you stayed at school one day trying the high jump until the sun went down?
I blink at the unexpected question. Not because the question itself was surprising, though. Sakura mentioned the same thing before. Yeah? But what about it?
I was watching. Right after I came out of the building, I saw some boy at the edge of campus trying over and over to jump at a bar that was too high for him, like a moron.
Wait. That can't be true. Sakura was the one watching me. Besides, Tosaka.
It was just a coincidence, alright? We went to different schools. Never mind classes. I had to come over to your school on some student council business.
Right. I remember hearing you went to the same school as Issei.
Yeah, he's a thorn I can't ever get rid of from that time. I was the vice president while he was the president. After having to deal with each other for 4 whole years, we both understood that we're mutual natural enemies.
Now I see. You two go back a while. I can believe that. I've always thought that Issei's attitude towards Tosaka was unnatural. Feels like one mystery has been melted, only to be frozen again. Anyway,
You were trying the high jump over and over like an idiot when I happened to see it. That's all. That's when I first knew of you, and I learned afterwards that Sakura was coming here regularly. I didn't even know your name before then, and I couldn't even remember your face for a while.
Well, I understand our history now, but hey, how is that traumatic, though?
It was payback after 4 years. Sakura joined the Kyudo club a year ago, right? I would go watch the club practice when I had time, and sometimes I saw this guy there that wasn't even part of the club. And then I remembered when I saw his face. He was that big idiot from back then.
I have something to say about how she found that out, but I keep it to myself.
It gave me a real shock that day. Even after 3 years, I instantly recognized some random stranger from a different school whose name I didn't even know, and who was also a huge moron on top of it all. And then I finally realized 3 years later how much damage he did to me. I realized I was jealous of that guy who kept running over and over like an idiot.
But why, though? He's just some dumb person you shouldn't be jealous of.
Yeah, I thought that I wasn't jealous, that I'd lost. It would be better if he'd even had a sliver of hope of getting over the bar that day. Then I would have let it go and I would have headed straight home for the day. But he knew that he couldn't do it. He kept trying over and over even though he knew he wouldn't make it, no matter how many times he jumped. Even though he knew it was futile, it was like he believed that there was some meaning to the challenge. To be honest, I can't push myself like that. I've always been this way. I'm the type of person who calculates the chances of success, and I don't even bother attempting things I know I can't do. Since I've never tried to achieve something that's impossible, I've never gotten disappointed in myself or felt that I was too weak. I'm cold in that sense. A terrible person. Our kid told me I'm not immoral, but rather mechanical.
Tosaka isn't even saying this out of humility. She's confident and proud of who she is.
Still, I think about it sometimes. Life would probably be a lot simpler if I stopped measuring the odds and just threw myself at every problem. You can imagine what a shock it must have been to see someone who was the polar opposite of me, when I was still young enough to doubt myself. That's why that kid running like an idiot in the sunset's my personal trauma.
She doesn't mean it in a hostile way. She's just glad he was there. She looks like she's daydreaming as she murmurs it.
Well, that was a boring story. I must be getting nervous because my work isn't going well.
Tosaka stands up and declares that break time is over.
I'm going back to my room. I'll be crafting the frame with Ilya in the afternoon, so keep an eye on Sakura.
She puts her teacup in the sink and leaves down the hallway. But before she's gone... Hey, how's Sakura?
Oh, duh, it's her. Hey, how's Sakura? She stops and asks me, as if she just remembered. In high spirits, I think. Seemed like she still had a fever, but I'm not as worried about it as I was the last time she collapsed. She's being pretty calm about it, too. Before she would try to ignore it and do chores around the house, but today she's behaving and staying in bed. I think she'll recover soon. Of course she'll behave. She can't stand up on her own anymore. What? She can't stand? Wait, why? She should have enough magical energy. She's already got plenty of stamina. Yeah, her magical and physical powers are above average, but her insides are a wreck. I don't know what happened to her yesterday, but she's definitely died once. I can't think of any other reason that could explain why the muscles in her limbs look like they've been torn to shreds. Why? I didn't see any injuries on her at all. She only looks clean and connected on the outside. I don't know if the crestworms have been feeding heavily or if something else cut her, but if it's the latter, then the pain might not only destroy her body but her mind as well. I have to ask, did Sakura recognize you? I stopped myself from reflexively saying, of course. Tosuka looks like she's in anguish. Meaning, she didn't recognize you, Tosuka? No. She knew who I was and called me her sister. She wasn't looking at me, though. She was seeing the Rin Tosuka she has in her mind. Honestly, when she started saying things like, nice to meet you, or I wish we could have met sooner, it made me want to kill her. Tosuka's voice grows cold and she looks away. She wanted to kill her? Tosuka wanted to kill Sakura. That's what I meant when I said I can't be like you. I can't keep helping Sakura until the very end, nor do I want to. Tosuka. I told you, I don't attempt things I know I can't do. If I conclude that Sakura is beyond saving, then I'll kill her, because I'm Rin Tosuka. I'm sure you don't need to be reminded that this was the deal from the beginning, but I thought I should make it clear. I don't need your opinion. I already know what you think, and it wouldn't change anything even if we talked. We're friends while we're trying to defeat Zoken, but we'll never see eye to eye on Sakura. If you don't like that, then we have to beat Zoken as soon as possible. Shido. The Shadow turns out to be a completely separate being from Zoken. What will you do? I keep my mouth shut. Tosuka's question is so pointed it gives me vertigo. Shido. When it comes down to it, I'm going to kill her. It's the best way for both of us. You need to think about that too. Tosuka goes back to her room, leaving me alone in the living room. Yeesh. Oh boy. She hears a voice. Her body's in tatters and her mind is in a haze, but she hears a voice that she didn't want to hear. I don't know if it's mutual, but I've known about you for quite a while, Shido. Oh no! Oh no! She doesn't even consider why she can hear their conversation. She just wishes that she couldn't. If she could move her hands, she'd cover her ears. If she could move her legs, she would go to the living room and put a stop to this. I was watching. Right after I came out of the building, I saw some boy at the edge of campus trying over and over to jump at a bar that was too high for him, like a moron. The girl bites her lip. Her sluggish fingers clench the bedsheets hard enough to tear them. The old story her sister recounts in a disinterested tone, the sight of the schoolyard that evening, 4 years ago. Rin's talking about a memory like it only belongs to her, like it's something that only she knew about. She's lost in a beautiful memory, even though I didn't even know. She was there.
Stop. Please stop. Begging you, don't.
Don't take this memory from me, the girl begs. With an inaudible voice, she squeezes out a plea that no one can hear. Her sister continues telling the tale. The girl's getting left behind just as she feared. It was the only thing. That memory was the one and only precious thing she had over her big sister, who was now treating it like any other memory.
No.
She reinforces her frayed nerves with her power, her mind, and covers both ears with her hands. She doesn't want to hear it. This is torture.
Why? Why? Why does she know what's happening in the living room? Does her shadow stretch that far? No, never mind that. She doesn't want to hear anything. No more. If she hears any more, she has a feeling she'll go insane. Still, she can't block out the conversation, even as she covers her ears. Her sister's words echo straight into her brain. She can cover her ears and gouge out her eyes, but she can't escape that sight. And then... Shido. When it comes down to it, I'm going to kill her. It's the best way for both of us. You need to think about that too. Her sister coldly thrust those words she least wanted to hear at the last person she wanted to hear them. And then she couldn't hear their voices anymore. She can't tell what's happening in the living room. Of course not. Her world consists only of this dark room. She can't step into that distant, bright world. Her eyelids feel warm. She realizes she's been crying on her own. She's sad and frustrated. Her sister's a coward. Why? Why is she forcing the obvious conclusion on Senpai? Because it's her duty as the Tosaka mage? Then she could fulfill it on her own. Why pull Senpai into it? My sister's trying to make my Senpai, my one and only ally in the whole world, stand with her. Yes. Hate. She knows how self-centered it sounds, but she hates her. She's going to make Senpai abandon Sakura Mato. Rin Tosaka's truly cruel for doing that. Yes. But it's strange. Why do I hate her so much when it's what I want? Nei-san said I should just disappear. I know that, and I agree. I can't remember the details anymore, but I do know that Shido Emiya would be saved if I was gone. No, I don't want to. I can't. I don't want to lose anything else. I don't want to be alone anymore. I know warmth now, so I'm afraid of the cold. I know warmth now, so I hate everyone who's been warm this whole time. I won't disappear for them. I won't let them kill me. Because I didn't do anything wrong. Everyone else is wrong. I never wanted this outcome. It only happened because nobody helped me. So if nobody did anything to help me, that means they wanted it to happen. They weren't against me. It's the same as agreeing with me. In that case, nobody will punish me. They couldn't if they tried. I won't die. Not the way she wants. No. The actual problem is that I can't die. Nobody can kill me. If they're going to, I'm okay with that. If I'm going to be killed, I'll... instead... Not just my sister. Even Senpai. If they try to erase me, I won't put up with it anymore. Yeah. If they're going to hate me and go far away, then I'd rather... Senpai with my own hands before he ends up with someone else, just like in my nightmares. She coughs. Painfully, she turns her delusions into blood, expelling it from her mouth. I think I'm no good anymore, Senpai. Nothing connects. She doesn't know what's good or bad. She doesn't know if she's right or wrong. Who am I? How much sanity do I have left? Everything is getting so foggy. I feel like I'm going mad. Hi. You still there, Sakura? And then, she realizes there's a silver-haired girl standing there. She's just like her. A pale girl who was never treated as human, meant to become a vessel. Saber, Lancer, Caster, Berserker. Those four alone would have been plenty. Where did you find a soul like that? I'm surprised that you're already full when Assassin and Rider are still out there. She doesn't know. She's heard from her grandfather that just like the girl, she's a container to store the souls of defeated servants. But the implication that servants other than the ones she was given were defeated is... That's good. Now I don't have to worry about Archer getting taken, so I won't press you on it. Do you know what's going to happen to you now, Sakura? She feels something go cold deep inside her head. The question pulls Sakura Mato out of her fevered haze. I don't know. What's going to happen to me? The pale girl pauses. The Einsburn Master, created solely to be a vessel,
looks down at the imitation before her.
You'll die. There's absolutely no saving you.
She tells the broken girl of their shared fate.
My body still feels heavy. I need to make lunch for Sakura, but right now I want to lie down for a little while and give my mind a break. I flop onto the futon and bury my head in the pillow. I know. Ever since that day, we've run out of time to stall any longer. I can't keep putting off the question. Sakura, I need to decide what I'm going to do. Right here. Right now. Shido Emiya, I take it? Who's there? I jump out of bed. A voice. I'm sure I heard a voice. It came from within this room, very close by. A chill runs down my spine. The scary thing is, I know the owner of the voice is in here, and I still have no idea where it is. Your caution is unwarranted. I'm not here to kill you. Someone whispers in my ear. This voice, a flowing yet robotic way of talking, belongs to that skull-masked servant.
Oh shit, okay, I see. Oh no.
Assassin. What a disaster. Even if he specializes at stealth, how'd he manage to slip through the house's bounded field and get this far without anyone noticing? You aren't here to kill me? Is this a social call, then? I search for the presence I felt behind me while judging the distance to the door. It'll take 3 seconds to leap across the room to the hallway and dive into the yard. Assassin could kill me 4 times in that span of time, meaning that the only way to survive is to entertain him. Not by me. My Lord Mage desires a meeting. Lord Mage? You mean Zoken? Yes. He's waiting for you at the Mato home. He has no desire to fight you. If you go alone, then I believe he'll welcome you as a guest. Assassin's words are believable. If his goal was to kill me, I would have been dead as soon as he entered the room. The fact that it hasn't happened yet means that Zoken wants to talk. What he wants to talk about, and whether it's a trap or separate issues.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, I guess we're probably not going to get much of anywhere if we just stall him out, so as much as it's kind of precarious.
It's a trap. That much is obvious. But it's just as true that I might never get another chance to speak with Zoken one-on-one again. And I can't afford to wait.
Yeah, we're kind of at a point where, yeah.
Whether it's a trap or not, I need to face Zoken and get him to take the crestworms out of Sakura. Alright. Zoken has something to say to me, does he? A wise choice. You should hurry. I cannot evade Ryder's eyes for much longer. If anyone else becomes aware of this meeting, my Lord Mage may change his mind. So it's a secret talk with only me? He doesn't answer. He must not have any further business with me now that I've agreed. Assassin disappears completely, just as suddenly as he appeared. I sneak out of the Emiya house and make my way to the Mato mansion. The sky is cloudy. Because of the dim weather, the house seems shrouded in an ominous air, even though it's still daytime. I go inside without ringing the doorbell. It's been a year since I was last in this house. I rely on my vague memory of it to walk through a hall and into the parlor on the first floor.
Oh, you arrived more quickly than I thought, son of Emiya.
Zoken is the only person I see in the parlor. I don't see Assassin or the Dark Saber. It looks like he really did want to talk to me.
Not even a greeting? You must dislike me a great deal.
Zoken doesn't exude any bloodlust. He's making fun of me. His obvious confidence in not even bothering to kill me after all this time starts to irritate me.
Now you must have something to ask me if you accepted the invitation. Why don't you have a seat? We have things to discuss that are too long to finish while standing, I'm sure.
Yeah, right. Anything I have to say to you can get done while we're standing. I fight down the urge to strike Zoken down where he stands and glare daggers into him instead. Unlike him, I can't hide my hostility. I don't have an ounce of forgiveness for the person who did that to Sakura's body. Zoken, if we're here to talk, then I only have one thing to say to you. Let Sakura go, right now. If he refuses, the only thing left to do is fight. Even if he summons Assassin or Saber, I'll take this monster down before I die.
Release Sakura. I'd like nothing more than to do so, but there's nothing I can do about that now, boy.
The old mage standing in front of me looks genuinely regretful as he says it. What?
No matter what I do, there's no saving that thing now that it's grown so far. Sakura is already functioning as a Holy Grail. Even if I were to extract the crest worms here and now, it would do nothing to avert her doom.
Wait. Holy Grail? Sakura's functioning as a Holy Grail? What does the Holy Grail have to do with this? Yeah, hang on. What do you mean Sakura is a Holy Grail? What the hell did you do to her?
It's quite obvious. I took measures to obtain the Holy Grail and fulfill my wish. In order to fulfill the long-sought dream of the Makiri, to attain true immortality by materializing the soul, I took the opportunity during the war 10 years ago to grant it the functions of the Holy Grail.
You gave her the functions of the Holy Grail?
Yes. Let me ask you something about the end of the war 10 years ago. Your father, Kiritsugu Emiya, destroyed the Holy Grail once the ritual completed it. The war ended there, and the ritual to summon the Grail ended again in failure. However, not all was lost. The Holy Grail was complete, if only for a time. It would have been a waste to simply leave its broken fragments there on the ground.
My brain grinds to a halt. So this man took his granddaughter and...
Yes. I implanted the recovered remnants of the Holy Grail inside her. But I'm no fiend, you must understand. I labor to allow Sakura to continue living as a human.
So the crestworms inside her body are...
They were born using the Holy Grail as a catalyst. That is how her flesh became a chalice to fill with souls. And once the ritual is complete, a catalyst to open the gate to the path beyond. It's an imitation of the Holy Grail that the Ainsburns made. Though since I lacked their skill, about 8/10 of it ended up being my own design.
He chuckles warmly. What imitation of the Ainsburn? He just picked up some pieces of the finished Grail and put them into Sakura, who had nothing to do with any of this. You bastard! You can't make a Holy Grail on your own, so that's why that's what you did to try and copy it?
It was merely a test. An experiment, son of Emiya. What you see now is a trial run that will allow greater results in the next war. Originally, I'd planned to gradually turn Sakura into something like the Holy Grail over the course of decades. She would have the functions of a container for storing souls while living out her natural human life. It was meant to be the first step to the Makiri's own Holy Grail.
Sakura was just the first step?
Of course. That is why I adopted her into the Mato household. We took her in as a daughter to make her into the bedrock of the Makiri dream. Tosaka should be aware. Their goal is the same as ours, after all. Both of us would become demons in the pursuit of immortality.
Immortality? You and Tosaka's father used Sakura for a stupid reason like that?
Naturally. The Holy Grail War on this land was conceived in order to reach that destination. It's for that cause that we joined hands, and why I continue living this wretched life. All for the sake of the Mato descendants one day achieving our dream in the far future. But fate is a fickle beast. Sakura has shown a surprising amount of growth, despite being poorly suited to being a Holy Grail. Goodness, I've aged. To think that Sakura had such potential. She's still intact even after taking in this many servants, and her ego as Sakura Mato still survives. She indeed resembles a genuine Holy Grail of the Ainsburns, which I'd given up on creating.
I can't take this anymore. I'm not strong enough to keep listening to this monster's rambling. Forget that Zoken still has assassin serving him. Don't give me that crap! What Holy Grail? Don't go calling something you sacrificed human lives to make a grail! I give in to my anger and step in to punch Zoken. And yet...
No. She is the Holy Grail. To begin with, the creators of the Holy Grail, the Ainsburns, used a human as its base.
Huh? I stop moving in response to Zoken's smirk. A human as the base? I stagger back out of my aggressive posture. I despise myself for immediately realizing whom he's talking about, even though I don't want to know.
That's right. That Ilias veil under your wing is the Holy Grail. But I wouldn't want you to lump us together. After all, the Einsburns are far more dreadful than I am. You should ask her yourself what sort of Holy Grail they have prepared.
My raised fist falls limply. It isn't just Sakura. Having been told that Ilya's in the same predicament, any hostility I had toward Zoken is overshadowed by profound regret.
That must be all you wish to talk about. Now it's my turn. This is the reason I invited you. I want to consult you about that shadow.
He wants to ask me about the shadow? Zoken must be talking about the black shadow that's been attacking people all over town. But that would mean... What are you talking about? That's one of yours. But now you want to talk? Are you going to tell us to defeat that thing? I shoot Zoken a suspicious glare.
You're so quick to understand. Yes, I want to do something about that shadow. I need your strength, Shiroemiya.
What? Are you serious? That thing is your friend, isn't it?
Friend? I've helped it before, but it has never done the same for me. I'm not even sure it's capable of thinking on its own. I simply laid out a path for its rampage. Each night I've been trying to calm it in order to minimize the damage, but that is no longer possible as of last night. I told you there's nothing I can do about it now.
My heart convulses. There's nothing I can do about it now. Who is he talking about? Zoken.
Oh, right. I should have told you what that shadow is first. Briefly put, it is the contents of the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is said to be an all-powerful pot that can grant wishes. The Grail we aspire to obtain is not the pot itself. In reality, the Grail is but a means to an end. Einsburn, Makiri, Tosaka. What our three families aim to achieve was to complete the Holy Grail and open a portal to the outside. You can think of the completed Holy Grail as a gate that connects this world to a place where all wishes can be granted.
Wait, so the Holy Grail is just...
You're well aware that the goal of all mages is to reach the root, but I have no interest in such things. Even the Einsburns only seek to complete the Holy Grail. Only the Tosakas still aspire to reach the root. No matter. The Holy Grail is a hole that connects to a wish granter. That shadow is something which leaked from that side to ours. The original Holy Grail. Ilias Veil would do no such thing. That shadow is a result of the damage caused by the imitation Grail. I hesitate to speak ill of my own kin, but perhaps I raised her incorrectly. While she made considerable progress in her development as a Holy Grail, she cannot seem to keep the gate firmly shut. She's free to let that leak destroy herself if she wishes, but she should not involve others in it. What a troublesome girl. The Holy Grail that I took such pains to cultivate is bent on devouring every person in this city.
He shakes his head as if it's someone else's problem, muttering, "Goodness me." Those words would have normally made me punch the person that had uttered them, but now what Zoken is saying makes my blood run cold. So, the Black Shadow is... There's no doubt.
You've surely realized it by now. It's Sakura's shadow. You're close enough to her to have noticed how much it resembles her.
That it's Sakura Mato. I struggle against the dizziness. Against the truth. I accept the connection between them that I've known for a while but always denied. No matter what the shadow is, I can't recognize its sins as... Does Sakura...
No, she should not be aware. It's the shadow of the Holy Grail that manifests itself through her. Under different circumstances, it would not have acquired such a shape, but it based itself on Sakura once it began to manifest through her. It's merely modeled itself after the creatures on this side. It's materialized in its current form by drawing on Sakura's suppressed id. To be honest, I did not expect this. I dismissed it as an impossibility, but it's grown so strong with each passing day that I'm forced to acknowledge it. It's a holy grail that's acquired a will, thus it will continue to seek out human souls in order to complete itself. There's only one way to stop it. If the holy grail is created from Sakura's subconscious, then you must stop Sakura herself.
I've tried to persuade her myself.
But the shadow prevents me from getting near her. While it lacks a will of its own, the shadow is Sakura herself. It equally despises the people she hates. I can no longer approach her.
You can't get close to her?
Quite. You may think of Sakura as one of my pawns. That is no longer true. It/she belongs to you now. This body of mine, I can no longer control it from a distance.
It's just very funny for Zoken to be it/she. Zoken saying your pronouns.
That's something to be happy about. At the very least, Zoken can't touch Sakura anymore. So if we just do something about the crest worms in her body. Wait, you haven't done anything to Sakura?
Not so far, no.
So why is she still in pain?
That is her own problem. I don't remember using the crest worms. She's becoming unable to endure the flow of power from the Holy Grail itself. Imagine it. We speak of the Grail as an enormous swirl of power that's sufficient to grant any wish. All that power is flowing into a human body. Sakura's feeble mind could not possibly remain intact under such an ordeal.
So at this rate,
She'll break down under the unbearable stress of being a Holy Grail. No. If Sakura's mind becomes empty, the Holy Grail which has borrowed her id will emerge. Perhaps she'll be consumed by her own shadow. Do you understand now? It's pointless to defeat me. If you do, the Holy Grail War will end. All that would remain is for the Grail to activate. Once it does, Sakura's mind will easily disperse. If you wish to save her, then you must endure this war until the very end. The window to complete the Greater Grail, to open the gate, is limited. It's already been 10 days since it began. Based on previous events, this war should end in 4 more days.
4 days. So I can save Sakura if we hold out for 4 days?
I wonder. That's up to you. How was her condition this morning? Do you think she can hold out for 4 more days?
She'll make it. I know she will.
I see. But other people may not last as long. How many disappeared last night? How many more do you think will disappear tonight? Oh. How many more days do you think the people of this town have left?
I can't hear the old mage's question very well. Is he enjoying this or lamenting it? My head's spinning so badly I can't tell the difference. Defeating Zoken will solve nothing. Sakura won't last until the end of the Holy Grail War. We can't beat that shadow. The people of Fuyuki will keep dying as long as the war goes on. What should I do? Can I save Sakura? I clench my teeth. Then...
The answer is simple. You need simply to dispose of her.
Zoken states the cold logic that I already know.
Am I wrong? There's no future if you allow her to live, and the shadow will attack more people tonight. You should eliminate her immediately to prevent that.
I feel dizzy. That was what
I wanted to tell you. I wanted you to understand the true state of affairs. Shiroemiya is protecting the greatest calamity this town has ever seen.
I want to vomit.
She would be on her guard against me or the Tosaka girl, but she would happily accept your judgment.
I can't breathe.
Slay evil to save the many. Do you understand now? If you intend to carry on Kiritsugu Emiya's will, then Sakura Mato is your enemy.
I can't think at all. I walk through the hallway, saying nothing, feeling like molasses oozing through the meandering hallways. I can't feel anything firm when my feet touch the ground or when my hand touches the walls. This is so cruel. It's like I'm in a warped nightmare with no way out. I find my way outside, forgetting to breathe.
You will make the right choice. I pity Sakura, but it's time to accept destiny.
I walk.
Allow me to thank you on behalf of my grandchild boy. Until now, she's never acted in her own interests. She never cursed herself for being abandoned by her father, nor wished to be as excellent as her sister. She lived a hollow, meaningless life like a doll.
I walk. I walk.
That doll is loved by by the man she first fell in love with. Goodness. I'm sure this is what she wants. So don't blame yourself. After all, this is the last gift you can give my poor granddaughter.
I walk. I walk. I walk. I move forward on legs that feel like they could give out at any moment in the direction of the house Sakura is waiting in. Jesus. Fuck this dude! Fuck this dude! I hate you, Zokanmato. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Please die. Please die. Please die. I go down the hill. Once I go up the next hill, the Emiya house will be there, like it always is. I can't stay out here forever. Whatever my reasons, I had a secret meeting with Zoken. It isn't fair to Tosaka or the sleeping Sakura, so I need to get back home before they notice. I'll go home and make a decision. The contents of my stomach rise to my throat. I decided I'd be Sakura's ally. I said that I'd protect her no matter what happens to her. I'd be on her side, not the side of justice. But that would mean repeating the tragedy that took so many lives before. I can't do that. I just can't do it. Shido Emiya can't break this vow. It'd be the same as rejecting who you are. You were the only survivor of that tragedy, and if you're going to allow it to happen again, you'd be rejecting everyone and everything that supported you thus far. No matter how this ends, that sin will never be forgiven, even on your deathbed. Inaction is silent approval. More innocent people are going to die tonight. If you know that and you don't stop the perpetrator, you may as well have started that fire yourself. But if you were going to deny everything you are and try to protect a single person, will you be on Sakura's side no matter what happens? This is a question of protecting one person or protecting everyone but that person. Whose side will I be on in the end? I have to decide tonight. I enter the living room.
Shido, did you just come in from the hallway by the front door?
Ilya is sitting alone in the living room. Yeah, I stepped outside for a bit. Anything happen while I was out?
Not really. But you should be resting in your room, Shido. Your body's in just as much danger as Sakura's.
Yeah, thanks. But it's no big deal, so long as the cloth is properly wrapped.
Oh, you'll collapse if you talk like that. Shido, what happened outside?
Nothing.
That can't be true. I don't know what you did, but don't talk to me with hollow eyes like that.
She got mad at me. I must be making a really stupid face right now. No wonder Ilya's upset. Sorry. I keep thinking about something, even though I know there's no point in obsessing over it. I shake my head. Like Ilya says, I can't afford to space out. I can't face Sakura looking this pathetic either, so I'd better man up.
Okay, you pass. You look like you're feeling a little better. So, what do you want to ask me? I'll help if you want, Shido.
Oh man. Sometimes Ilya can be incredibly kind. This is the second time she's reached out to help me when I was at my wit's end. It's hard to tell which of us is older now. Okay, then can I ask you something, Ilya?
Sure, I'll tell you anything. What do you want to know?
About the Holy Grail. Tell me about the Einspurn's Holy Grail.
You found out. That's one of the two things I would have preferred you didn't know.
Ilya, are you,
Yeah, I'm a Holy Grail. I was never human to begin with. I'm just a homunculus made to look human.
A homunculus. An artificial human. In alchemy, there are ways to create life from various magical components without needing a mother to give birth. Born from less than respectable methods, homunculi are physically feeble as a general rule. They're alive like humans and look like humans, but they aren't human. That's how a select few can be created with enormous magic circuits. As living creatures, they're frail. But as mages, no, as magic circuits, homunculi can greatly surpass humans.
That's the gist of it. The Einsburns raised me to be both the Holy Grail and Master. The role of the Holy Grail is to collect the souls of defeated servants. If it's specialized at that task, it doesn't need to be human. It can even be a literal soup pot. It just needs to have a large enough capacity for containing souls.
Ilya speaks flatly. But this is the first time I've heard that the Holy Grail is meant to collect servants.
Of course, it's more like return than recovery. Servants are summoned by the Holy Grail, then they need to return through the Holy Grail once they're defeated, right? I'm the only Einsburn Grail in this town, so I should be the one collecting all of those souls. But there's someone other than me functioning as a Holy Grail. I realized it when Castor and Lancer were taken. Some other force stronger than me pulled them away. That's how they've taken most of the servants. I only managed to collect Archer, since he disappeared right in front of me.
She doesn't need to explain the rest. The other Holy Grail is Sakura. According to Ilya, Sakura has already taken in Castor and Lancer, even Saber and Berserker too. 4 servant souls. But Ilya, can you even keep them under control? I thought the basic rule is that a human body can only contain 1 soul.
Yeah, that's doubly true when it comes to heroic spirits. Freed of the molds we call classes, pure servant souls contain a gigantic amount of magical energy. Taking in even 1 is like unleashing a typhoon inside your body. And the Holy Grail's designed to collect 7. A container can't hold all of them.
That's why Holy Grails have been soulless, non-living
That's why Holy Grails have been soulless, non-living vessels until now. The Holy Grail's main function is to collect, unify, and control 7 heroic spirits worth of souls. There isn't any room to run unnecessary programs. Any personality the Holy Grail has is erased by its main function. What I'm saying, Shiro, is that as the Holy Grail nears completion, it begins to lose its human functions. That applies to me too. The more servants I collect, the more I have to cut out my human functions in order to control them. I can repurpose the magical energy that I would use to move my limbs in order to more finely control the souls. If I stop breathing, I can stop the souls from leaking out. If I assign the part of my brain that makes up my personality to pure calculation work, I can stabilize the consolidation of the souls. The same goes for Sakura. Once she becomes a Holy Grail, her human personality will stop working. She won't be able to afford to stay human. Though I will say, the difference between me and Sakura is that I can switch over at will, while Sakura is being overwritten. She's an incomplete Black Grail that doesn't have the right to refuse.
Ilya explains it all without a hint of emotion. Ilya knew all along. She's probably known since she was born. No, even before that. Her life was created purely for this absurd purpose. Still, there's a silver lining in all of this. I breathe a sigh of relief and look up gratefully.
What is it, Shiro? I said that I'm beyond saving, just like Sakura, you know?
I know that, but still. You're splitting the souls with Sakura, so you're still okay.
That's true. Sakura's taken most of them, so there isn't anything stopping me from being Ilya, writer and assassin. Maybe I won't need to lose my human functions even if I take them both.
Right. That's the one saving grace of this situation. If I were to lose Ilya too, it would mean that I failed to protect even a single person.
Shiro?
I realize that I'm hugging Ilya. I never made her any promises, nor did she ask for anything.
Shiro.
Her body's small and I can't hug her too hard. It's a one-sided embrace. I feel with my own fingers the weight of someone whom I must protect. It's 2 p.m. I make a late lunch and bring it to Sakura's room. Okay. I remove my apron and place a bowl of okayu on a tray. I take one deep breath and completely still my heart. I don't know what I'll say if I see Sakura in my current condition. That wouldn't be good. If she notices my inner turmoil, it'll make her suffer even worse than me. I need to cool my emotions so that I don't say anything careless. This will probably be the last time. It's our last chance to meet and look at each other, like we always have. At the very least, I want this precious time to end with a smile. Are you awake, Sakura? I brought lunch. Sorry it's late. I knock and enter the room. Sakura looks like she was sleeping, but her face lights up when I come in.
Yes, I'm glad you came, Senpai.
She smiles warmly, looking genuinely happy. Time passes. Sakura's body's on the mend. She's well enough to sit up and eat her okayu on her own. We spend lunchtime leisurely, chatting about nothing important. Sakura goes back to her bed and continues talking to me. Maybe she's sleepy after eating. That's all. This is all I can do for her now. Sakura looks lively now. Her breathing is steadier now, and the colors return to her cheeks. I'd have a hard time believing someone who told me that she only has a few days left to live.
I've never really caught a cold before, you know? I've always had a good constitution, and I've certainly never been bedridden.
The topic turns from disliking cold medicine to Sakura telling me how healthy she normally is. Hi, Emily. Yeah, we're nearing the back half of the final route of this game, so I'm sure you can get it all. I'm sure there's no need to brush up on the lore. Apparently, she's never been a sickly person, and any time she came close to catching a cold, she would overcome her symptoms through sheer willpower. By willpower, do you mean staying warm and resting? No, that doesn't really capture the nuance of it, does it? How do you show willpower when you have a cold?
Well, it's pretty embarrassing, so this is a secret.
Sakura gives me a rare, shy giggle. Sounds like Sakura was a feisty kid in a different way than I was.
I don't dislike cold medicine so much as I don't really believe in it. Doesn't it make you nervous when you aren't sure if it's even working after you take it?
I didn't think that as a kid. When you drink that bitter stuff and you don't feel any better, and you get a fever and hurt all over, you start to wonder if it's the medicine's fault. Or wait, Oh, I did think that as a kid, rather. That's what he said. Sakura agrees enthusiastically with an, I know, right? Her smile's almost enough to make me imagine that she's well enough to be back on her feet tomorrow. I do my best to quash that wishful thinking. Sakura won't get better. I can't keep hoping that she'll get better and everything will go back to normal and keep delaying my decision. Hey, Sakura. Maybe I ask this because I've accepted the cold, hard reality. Once you get better, is there anything you want to do? I start imagining what if, and ask her about her fantasies of the future.
Something I want to do?
Yeah, things that you think are fun. It can be anything. I'm just asking, so it doesn't matter whether it's realistic.
Give me a moment.
Sakura's gaze wanders, her face troubled. She pauses to think. I don't think I've
ever said this before, actually. I think I'd be happy staying right here, as long as you're with me.
She answers shyly, her cheeks flushing. My vision narrows. I use my stilled heart to quash the urge to pick her up and hug her. Until now, she's never acted in her own interests. Damn that old man. It's not that she never tried. She just doesn't know. She doesn't know what it means to do something fun. She doesn't know what she wants because she's never lived a normal life. She values the small things so much because she's never known normal happiness.
Senpai? Is something wrong?
Huh? Oh, I was just thinking about something. She still hasn't done anything. Sakura doesn't know what it means to aspire to something, or to feel the need to obtain something. She doesn't laugh when she's outside. She doesn't make friends. She's only known closed-off spaces like the Mato house and mine. I'd pay any price to change that.
Senpai? You're acting strange. Does your left hand hurt?
No, it's not that. Sakura, once this commotion is over, let's go someplace far away. You've never taken a vacation anywhere, have you? It could be fun to go on a trip. Sakura looks at me curiously. Her surprised silence at my sudden suggestion gives the impression that she's wondering if this is a dream. It's decided then. Where do you want to go?
Where?
She looks panicked. She can't come up with an answer. Still, perhaps she found a wish within herself.
Can it be anywhere?
She timidly looks up at me. Sure. There's nowhere humans can't go when we set our minds to it. I meant it seriously, but Sakura seems to have taken it as a joke. She laughs.
And I'd like to go flower viewing in the spring.
She voices a modest wish in a grateful tone. Sorry. Flower viewing? Like for Hanami during the cherry blossom season?
Yes, we could do it at this house, but all we have are plum trees. I want to go see the flowers with you in a big field on a sunny day.
Alright. It does sound like an incredibly fun time. It'd be nice to go look at the springtime trees at the park under the bridge on a bright blue day without any clouds. There's countless fun things we could do. Hanami would be a perfect first outing for Sakura. Okay, it's a promise. Once you get better and this is all over, we'll go together. Sakura flashes a contented smile. We exchange a promise, and then I slowly stand up. Yeah, it'd be a dream come true if that could happen. A dream of my own happiness, which I've never had ever since that fire 10 years ago. I leave the guest room. All that's left is that humble promise. It isn't only Sakura's wish, it's mine too. Once April comes, I'll grant it as many times as it takes. A warm illusion forms in my cold heart. Winter will end someday, and we'll go to look at the cherry blossoms together once the new spring comes.
Yeesh.
Night's come, and it's time to make a decision. We aren't going out on patrol. Tosuka is totally exhausted after spending the entire day making a mold of the jeweled sword. She's resting in her room. The same goes for Ilya. After the three of us ate dinner in silence, we went off to our respective bedrooms. It's 10 o'clock at night. If history is any indication, the shadow should be moving soon. I stand up without making any noise. I pick up a knife from the kitchen counter and leave the room. The door isn't locked. I quietly open it and walk up to the bed. Sakura is sleeping. That's all I know. I can't tell just by looking if her condition has improved or worsened. Something is wrong with my eyesight. Sakura is sleeping right in front of me, but I can't tell what face she's making. I fight down my dizziness and shaking. Make up your mind. Even as I stand here, the shadow might be attacking people in town right now. The most direct way to defeat it is to... Sakura right now. Even if it isn't her fault, someone else will get hurt unless I do it. People could die. Innocent people, unable to resist. Even Sakura, who's never asked to commit these sins. I raise the knife. My mouth is dry. My tongue feels like cardboard. The blade's cold and unfeeling. When I imagine this thin strip of metal, which only exists to be sharp, plunging into the soft flesh of Sakura's living human throat, my eyes go numb, like the feeling of falling onto a flathead screwdriver that happened to be bouncing up and stabs me directly in one of my eyeballs. The numb pain of going blind rips the meninges off of my brain, like when someone removes the peel off an orange. My senses are going haywire. The fingers that are gripping the knife look like they're being bent backwards by an unseen force, like telekinesis in the movies. I ignore it and grip the knife harder. My heart hurts. Blood runs down the fingers that are gripping the knife. I grind my teeth. I desperately try to stifle the sobs rising to my throat. My eyelids feel hot. I can't bear to look down, so I raise my head and control my anger. I lower the knife. No matter how hard I try, I can't manage something so simple. It pisses me off. Seriously, something is wrong with me. After everything I've done to come this far, I finally know my own heart. I'm a fool. Yes, I came to an answer long ago. It was a choice I made with fatal conviction as I held Sakura that night in the rain. Will you betray it? Something tells me to remember. Didn't you say that you would be a hero? That you'd do what's right? The competing thoughts are tearing my body apart. A hero who will kill many people tonight for Sakura's sake. A hero who's always been selfish. Kiritsugu, who cast off his own feelings for what he believed in. A powerless human who saves others only for his own satisfaction. That fire 10 years ago. In exchange for being the only survivor, I've lived my life trying to prevent such a tragedy from ever happening again. All the time I've spent until now, myself, my feelings that I've believed in for the last 10 years hammer my stopped self in the chest. I ask myself if I'm a traitor. Will I betray myself? Live through the burning ruins, crying while everyone else died around me? That atonement. Will I betray my past self who clung to the belief that he couldn't live without making it up to the people who died? Yeah. It can't be forgiven with an apology. It isn't a sin that one can gloss over. I'm abandoning my own self, even if it means turning my life into a lie and leaving everything I've believed in, everyone who's helped me. I'll betray them all. I've chosen what I want to protect. As long as Sakura is still smiling after this, I'm fine with it. Even if I have to lie to myself to go on living. These feelings aren't wrong. I need Sakura. Sakura needs me. First time, I wish to protect a single life over many lives. I take a deep breath and relax my numb fingers. This is the last time I doubt myself. I'll leave the room before Sakura wakes up and put the knife back. Just as I try to leave the room,
Senpai, why didn't you kill me?
Sakura's voice comes from the dark. Sakura. She was awake. Sakura is shaking in bed, staring at the knife I'm holding. Her eyes are clouded with pain. She looks like she's on the verge of tears, but not because I came here to kill her. It's as if she's apologizing for pushing me this far.
It's alright. Do what you want. I'm too afraid to do it myself, but I'm okay with it if it's you.
Does she really mean that? Her voice is pleading and tinged with obvious fear. Trembling slightly, she gazes earnestly at the knife that hovers over her head as if staring her inevitable death in the face. To me, it looks like her utmost determination to keep herself from running away. Sakura, what have I done? Was I so desperate that I didn't even notice it? The way she was trembling. How did I just realize now that she was determined to pretend to sleep and let me live? Sakura,
I know. You made the right choice, Senpai. After all, this is my fault. I'm just saying this because it's the last time. But I don't know how long I can keep being myself. I can't tell anything anymore. How long a day is. We talked about at lunch, when we had lunch. What happened yesterday or what will happen tomorrow. And that's not all. I keep having strange dreams. Scary, bloody dreams. But in them, there's a version of me that thinks they're fun. It's also terrifying. In the dreams, I'm a bad person. I'm laughing while taking so much from everyone else. It scared me and I kept asking for help, but nobody helped me. So I started to think they're all going to die anyway, that I won't save them. So it makes sense that they won't save me either. I pretended that the dreams were only dreams. I was wrong. I wanted these dreams. The real me is dirty, cowardly, and unfair. I don't like anyone. I only know how to resent people, and I'm wrong for enjoying those dreams even for a second. The dreams aren't bad, but someone who has these dreams should never have existed. Senpai, I'm slowly losing my mind. At this rate, I'm going to have these dreams all the time, and I won't remember who you are anymore. I'll turn into a bad person who goes around killing people in real life. So, may I ask you a favor? Will you please end this before I become a worse version of myself? If you do,
Sakura tries to say that it will save her. Before she can, I cut her off with a hug. She's still trembling. I put more strength into my arms. This is an embrace I couldn't complete before. I pull Sakura in close when I can only bring myself to barely touch her before. I accept her body as hard as I can, my hands grasping her back fiercely. Sakura doesn't resist, even though she's afraid of death, even though she doesn't want to die, even though she asked me to kill her. Sakura finally relaxes.
You can't. I'm sure you'll regret this.
She whispers the same words from that night in a grateful voice. I'm already feeling regret. And for what I'm going to do next. I've always regretted the fact that I couldn't protect you before. She gasps quietly. Sakura raises her arms. Her cool fingers trace my cheeks. Protect you. I swear I will. I talk to her while she cries in my arms. That's all we can do now. All we can do is forgive each other, over and over. That night I swore to be Sakura's ally. I don't regret that. There's only one person I should apologize to. Will you forgive me, Sakura? I tell her with my arms, not my voice. Will you forgive me for betraying myself? Finally, I confess my sin. The fuck, man. The door closes. As if convincing himself, the boy swore he'd protect the girl over and over. Then he watched her fall asleep and left the room. In the dim light, Sakura Mato heaves a pained sigh. She hasn't been sleeping. She only pretended to sleep to let the even more exhausted boy rest. Besides, she can't sleep anymore. Artless3438 with the $5. Vape voice acting, true love often involves changing oneself, for better and worse. To love is to be changed. Thank you. If she does, she'll dream. She'll watch something that looks like her kill people. It terrifies her. She doesn't remember what she dreamed last night. She has no memory of what happened before she passed out in front of the house. So she's sure that if she falls asleep tonight, she'll never wake up again. She'll lose her mind for good and betray the boy who embraced her. The boy abandoned himself and chose to believe in the weak and dishonest Sakura Mato instead. His conviction pains her. She knows that if she becomes the way she is in her dreams, she won't be able to face him again. That's right. She has broken his heart and it can never be fixed. So she has to endure this. She must stay awake and hold on to her mind as long as she can, so that she never has that dream again. Even she has someone willing to protect her. If there's even a shred left of her nasty, cowardly self, then Sakura Mato needs to hold on to it with all of her might. I'm fine with that, but some things can never go back to the way they were. She's committed sins that she'll never be able to atone for. I'll protect you. He repeated that promise, knowing there was no hope, no future. The memory of it brings tears to her eyes. Half an hour ago, when he came into the room, she made up her mind. She knows what it feels like when someone comes to kill her. Right now, she's sensitive to hostility. She'd sense someone coming for her life even if she were asleep. But it was an empty bloodlust, not devoid of feeling, but a pitiful void, like a gaping hole opened in his chest, allowing a cold breeze to flow through it. She accepted that she would die here. She thought it'd be best if the boy was the one to stop her. She was too timid, too cowardly. She told herself it was all right to die, but she couldn't stop herself from shaking. She did it again. She drove him into a corner with excuses convenient only for her. Sorry. He embraced her. The boy embraced her despite everything. They both know they have no future. He knew where his choice would lead, and he hugged her anyway. She felt his determination. His embrace told her that he would combine their sins and face the consequences together.
Sorry, Senpai.
It made her sad. She's always known that. He's someone who can do that. In the dusk-lit schoolyard, she watched a stranger run over and over. The boy in the distance changed her whispers of give up into good luck. Her wish was born at that moment. She wants to be with him. She wants him to protect her. She adored him without knowing why, and when her grandfather ordered her to go to the Emiya house, her dream came true. I'll protect you, because I swore that I'd be on your side. This is the result of that promise. He's going to keep breaking for the rest of his life.
Sorry. I'm sorry, Senpai.
She finally understands why she looked up to him. To the girl, the boy was beautiful. She was pathetic, but he was different. He was straightforward, and she wished for him to stay that way.
But now I've...
Yes, she's remembered. She wanted to protect him. I wanted to protect him. That awkward, honest person she saw in the yard that afternoon was precious to her. She wanted to protect him.
I broke him.
That's all she ever wanted. So why? Why did she do this to him? And so, during a span of time which would have been interrupted if she hadn't had her mind focused, she made her final choice.
Are you there, Ryder?
She calls out into the darkness. A woman appears out of thin air, like a ghost. She is Ryder, Sakura Mato's servant.
I knew it. Have you been protecting me?
Yes, I would have killed him if he raised a hand against you. She sighs. That was a close call. Ryder would have given priority to her master's life. She only judges people based on whether they threaten her master or not. Meaning that a moment ago, Shido Emiya was undoubtedly Ryder's enemy.
Don't hurt Senpai, Ryder. I won't forgive you if you do.
My role is to protect you, Sakura. If he becomes your enemy, then I must fulfill my duty. I will protect Sakura Mato, no matter what happens to you.
Even if I'm no longer myself?
Ryder doesn't say anything. That's the answer Sakura fears the most. Indeed. Even if Shido Emiya is Sakura Mato's ally, Ryder will view him as an enemy to be defeated if she judges him a threat to Sakura. The girl sits up and clenches her fist. She isn't angry at Ryder. She's just afraid that her hypothesis might turn out to be true. Sakura? What do you think you're doing? You're in no condition to use magecraft. The girl ignores Ryder's warning and raises her right hand towards the gloom. She feeds her power into it for just an instant. After a flash of light, her right hand is the only thing that's changed. Oh, what the? Like, I'm looking sort of at what you guys are saying in the chat, by the way, and that is a crazy thing to me to even think about people saying. People saying Heaven's Feel, like, disregards the themes of the rest of the story. No? Even me, like, reading it for the first time, like, I can absolutely tell that that is bullshit. It's a natural extension of the rest of the story. It's like literally just building upon what has already been laid out by the previous two routes. That's crazy. Jeez. Sakura.
This is my last command spell. Please, Ryder. No matter what happens from now on, protect Senpai until the very end.
The girl pants as she issues her final order. Sakura Mato's hand no longer glows with the light of command spells.
I'll stop Grandfather. This is a Mato problem. It's overdue, but I won't cause Shido any more trouble.
She declares her next move, holding back a cough. Her eyes burn bright in the darkness. Their frail glow marks the determination of a mage. Interesting. Okay. I need to take a BRB for a minute. I might, like, grab some water and stuff. just in general, though, I think I need to take a second because I'm just
I'm having a day. So yeah, I'll be back in a few. Thank you for being patient. See you in a minute. we're back. Yes, whatever. There is a Discord channel. You can access it by joining the Patreon. But you don't get kicked out of it if you unsubscribe from the Patreon. So you could literally just like give $1, get in, and then cancel it if you wanted to. It's just a little roadblock to prevent bad actors from entering and doing weird bullshit. So, let me just take a sip of water real quick and then we'll get back to it. Okay.
I wake up at the usual time. It isn't 6 o'clock yet. The dim sky is on the cusp of dawn and covered in a gray blanket of clouds today. My left arm doesn't hurt. There's nobody in the living room. I should make breakfast before Tosuka wakes up. The news is on TV. It's become our habit to check the TV every morning. Nothing particularly conspicuous happened. It must not have come out last night. She means the Black Shadow. Guess even that thing needs a day off. I answer glibly to hide my relief.
Well, isn't that nice? Yeah, it probably can't keep causing hundreds of victims for more than a couple days in a row.
It's past 7 o'clock. Tosuka and I are the only ones in the living room. Tosuka and Ilya were... not Tosuka. Sakura and Ilya are both still asleep. I wanted to go wake up Ilya, but Tosuka said to let her rest.
You should rest to be ready for tonight.
Tosuka suddenly says that. Why?
Because you're going to make our secret weapon. We'll spend the entire day making the frame and then project it tonight. It's going to decide whether we win against Zoken. I'm not going to let any more innocent people get hurt. I have no idea what the Shadow is, but the Holy Grail War will end once we take out Zoken. That should cause the Shadow to disappear too.
You think the Shadow will disappear once the Holy Grail War is over?
No. Yeah, whatever's behind that thing, it's clearly after the Holy Grail. I don't know whether it wants the Holy Grail or if the Holy Grail summoned it, but if it was caused by the Holy Grail regardless, then it should disappear if the Grail is gone.
Yeah, about that.
It'll disappear once time runs out in the war. Once there's only one master left, or once the person meant to become the Holy Grail's vessel dies.
Tosuka, you... Damn. She's known all along who the Shadow is, hasn't she?
I'm just speculating right now. Maybe it won't disappear even if we defeat Zoken. Maybe it won't disappear even if the Holy Grail War ends. But I'm going to take the surest method I know. We can't depend on a Holy Grail that we're not even sure we'll obtain. We have to do everything within our own power to defeat Zoken and the Shadow.
With that, Tosuka stands up. She takes the water pitcher and pajamas that I prepared for Sakura. Hey, what are you trying to do with those?
I'm going to keep an eye on Sakura. Her new room is next to mine, so I'm the best person to look after her.
No, I should be the one to...
Don't be stupid, Chiro. You haven't been sleeping at all. It's going to be a problem for us all if you stay in that condition.
What does she mean I haven't slept? You're the one who sounds stupid. I got a full night's sleep yesterday.
Wow, I can't believe you still aren't aware of it. If you think I'm lying, go take a look in the mirror. You're deathly pale and got rings around your eyes like a raccoon. I'm doing you a favor by taking care of Sakura.
Wait, really?
Why would I lie to you about that? Just go rest in your room, man. I'll come get you once the sun's down. If you can't sleep, I can give you a hand. If you're okay with me copying what Ryder did, I'll do you a favor that you'll regret the next day.
She must be talking about Ryder's mystic eyes. But as far as I know, Tosuka doesn't have mystic eyes of her own. So she's saying, you mean you'll experiment on me?
That's right. I wasn't really interested in them before, but mystic eyes don't seem so bad. I can't get on her level, obviously, but I might be able to improvise and hypnotize you to sleep.
Liar. I don't believe that for a second. You just want to practice on me until you're satisfied.
What's wrong with that? So how about it, Chiro? Yes or no? Hell no. I won't play along with your scary experiments. Plus, if I pass out in the middle of the day, I won't wake up until tomorrow. Right. If it goes too well, I might paralyze you instead of just putting you to sleep. You haven't got much of a resistance, after all. Tosuka nods at her own logic. I want to argue, but I won't because she'll probably just ask, so, you wanna? I'm not that high-strung anyway. I can sleep if I feel like it, so don't worry about me. Okay, so you'll take a nap while I go watch Sakura? Tosuka does a 180 from her joking tone and fixes me with a serious gaze. I want to be at Sakura's side. I'd like to stay with her as much as I can, but there are things that need doing, and I shouldn't go see Sakura if I look as bad as Tosuka says I do. I can trust Tosuka to take good care of Sakura, so I'll accept her goodwill. Yeah. I'll be in my room for a little while. I'll bring lunch and dinner to her, but can I ask you to take care of her in the meantime? I have to agree. I honestly do not have that much good experience with melatonin. It doesn't really do that much for me. Sure. Oh, okay. Sure, leave it to me. If she tries to move around at all, I'll scold her and make her go back to sleep. Can you really sleep on your own, though? Are you sure you don't want me to try something? You just don't give up. I refuse to go along with your sketchy plan. Still, thanks, Tosuka. Sorry I made you worry. It's not like I'm worried or anything. I'm going over now, so make sure you sleep, Shiro. Honestly. Sometimes I can't tell if she's perceptive or oblivious, if she's nice or cold. I've heard that naturally gifted people tend to leave others in the dust, and maybe that applies to her, too. Sakura has it rough. If Tosuka was my big sister, I'd never feel at ease with myself. I bet they'd have a lot of fun every day, though. Yeah. That's why I want them to return to being sisters as much as possible. Once this war ends and the arrangement between the Tosukas and Matos goes away, Sakura and Tosuka can go back to being sisters. It won't be easy to overcome 11 years of separation, but I hope they can slowly close the distance and get along well enough to smile together without forcing themselves to. I'll do anything I can to help. I've thought this for a while, but I think this is the greatest gift we can give Sakura. Oh, that goes for Tosuka, too. I think Sakura is the only one who can make her worry the way she does now. Oops. I catch myself imagining Tosuka's happy, smiling face. Sorry, Sakura. This counts as cheating, doesn't it? I don't know. It's a bit debatable to me. I imagined another girl smiling. Fuck. Cheating on her. I don't know about that, Shiro, but okay. Never mind that. I can't keep wasting time. Tosuka's going to challenge Zoken tonight. That's not good. If Zoken goes down, the war will end. If the war ends, the Holy Grail will appear. To be more precise, it will open. Zoken said the Holy Grail is some kind of gate. The thing that grants wishes isn't the Holy Grail itself, but whatever it contains. If that's true, then what will happen to Sakura, who's a Holy Grail? According to Ilya, the closer the Holy Grail comes to completion, the more Sakura will cease to function as a human. In the end, there's only one way to save her. I have to protect Sakura until the Holy Grail War is over. I don't know how exactly the Grail will manifest. It might show up once only one master is left, or it might just need the last master to summon it. If it's the latter, that won't be a problem. We can just defeat Zoken and remove the threat to Sakura, then wait out the time limit on the war. Tosuka said she'd challenge Zoken tonight, which means that he can be beaten. She wouldn't say that unless we have a strong chance of victory. That just leaves one question. The Black Shadow. It won't disappear just because Zoken's gone. It'll keep showing up as long as the Holy Grail, Sakura, is around. Many people will die each time it appears. Waiting the war out would mean allowing the shadow to keep killing. I have to fight it. I'll beat the shadow myself. It's the only way. But can I beat it? If it's something that's spilled out of the Holy Grail, the shadow itself probably has no concept of death. Even if I could erase it somehow, would that mean erasing the person projecting it, Sakura, or erasing whoever is providing power to the projector? The person projecting it. I hope nobody like that exists, but I can't think of any other solutions. The Holy Grail's contents.
Zoken said that he planted broken pieces of the Holy Grail in Sakura after the war 10 years ago. I wonder if that stuff existed back then, too. Oh, hold on. Zoken said that the crestworms were created from the fragments of the Grail. Did Kotsumine not notice? Huh. Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, I hadn't thought about that when he said that before. But that's a really good point. There's no way. He extracted the crestworms from Sakura. He only managed to take out a few of them, but he did surgery to treat Sakura's body. There's no way he wouldn't have known at that point. Even if only in name, he's the Holy Grail War's overseer, and a master who survived the previous war. Then he definitely would have noticed what was wrong with Sakura. I run out the front door. A sudden revelation takes hold of my body, and all I can think of is the priest's face. Damn it, why didn't I realize it sooner? I would have come to this conclusion if I just thought about it. Of course he would know what the shadow that Sakura is unconsciously projecting is, and what exactly is inside the Holy Grail. Kotomine, you little piece of shit. You fucking bitch. I should have known you were still up to some bullshit. Did Shiro just go outside? The noise from the front... Oh, okay, it was Rin, yeah. The noise from the front door makes Rin Tosaka look up in surprise. Peering through the window, she can indeed see someone running off in the street. That moron. He didn't listen to a word I said about resting. She stops mixing the drug and stands up in a hurry. It's important to have Sakura Mato drink this, but the priority now is to stop Shiro. This is even worse than talking to a wall. He has no idea how weak he is right now. She goes down the stairs. She needs to hurry out the front door and chase after Shiro. Oh, but first, she should warn Sakura before she leaves, just in case. At first she was going to take the drug with her, but she still hasn't given Sakura the water pitcher and pajamas, nor taken her temperature. Shiro's recklessness is irritating, but she won't be in any position to scold Shiro if she neglects Sakura. I can tell she's sleeping from here, though. It's only been about a minute. Shiro is bound to run out of breath and stop halfway down the hill. He can't run a kilometer in his condition. And he calls me dangerous? You're the biggest danger because you're so clueless, dummy. Anyway, she needs to catch up to him right away. Right now, she's the most able person in the Emiya household. It's only responsible of her to spend her extra energy taking care of her exhausted friends. Sakura, I'm coming in. She goes into the room without waiting for an answer. I'm stepping out for a bit. I'll be right back, so behave. I'll leave a change of clothes here. She stops before she can finish her sentence. All right, you sure got me, Sakura. Rin punches the wall so hard she might break it. Sakura isn't here in her bedroom. Someone else is lying in the bed. How despicable, Ryder. A servant pretending to be her master in bed. I don't like it either, but it was an order. This is due to your carelessness, so I'd appreciate you not taking it out on me. You've got some nerve saying that, when this is completely on her. She audibly grinds her teeth. Her hostile glare slides off Ryder's serene attitude. Then Tosaka, if there is a next time, you should set a better lookout. The Kingfisher familiar cannot fool Sakura. She may not be your equal in skill, but her instincts are just as sharp. Right. Thanks for the warning, though this sounds like more than just a warning given the situation. Of course, Sakura told me not to let you leave until she came back. She clicks her tongue in the dimness. There's nothing she can do now. Rin can't defeat or escape from Ryder on her own. All she can do is stay as Sakura wants. So annoyed. He's trying to help him because he can't do this on his own, but he's going to end up trying anyway. I'm not going to resist. How gracious, if unexpected. I just need to not leave this house, right? I can't beat you, so I'll wait here until Sakura comes home. Rin makes a show of sighing and leans against the wall. She doesn't feel like fighting right now. Her shoulders go slack and she looks down. You know, Ryder, she's never coming back. Even if she does, she won't be the Sakura Mata we know anymore. The mage's icy voice prophesies a terrible future. Man.
Oh. Wait. This is Sakura, not Shiro. I just read the puffing and I was like, oh yeah, somebody running. But this is still an interlude, so. Forgive me, my brain. Her lungs are on fire. Her heart's been drumming a warning signal for some time within the confines of her chest. Ba-dump, ba-dump, squeeze, ba-dump. It cries out in protest as it vomits blood through her body, like an old man groaning that he's on his last legs. Her throat is in pain. Each breath feels like swallowing thorns. It's so terrifying she can't breathe. She's low on oxygen, but she suicidally stops herself from breathing. Without oxygen, her arms and legs can't move very well. She's made it this far on unsteady legs, but she could collapse at any time. The thought gives her a burst of strength. She can't let herself fall here. It would defeat the whole point of sneaking out. I'm going to settle my own unfinished business right here, right now. She can't stop, even if she and the old man who turned her into a master end up killing each other. She gets her breath under control. It's going to be all right. This won't be that hard. It might be for anyone else, but not for her. She just needs to look the old man in the face like she does when they're eating together, shake her head, and say no. Then his schemes will come to an end. She doesn't consider what will happen to her after she denies the fiend's will. If she does, she won't be able to go through with it. So she doesn't think too hard about it. Fortunately, her memories are becoming less clear by the second. The fear isn't so bad, since she won't even remember what's going to happen next. Jesus. Oh, good. It's been several days since she was back in her house. She walks through the dark rooms, using the walls for support. She searches her scattered memory, but she can't remember a time where this house was ever bright. The house is the same as usual. It's wicked, corrupt, and sticky, like it always is. But... no, this isn't what she expected. Her grandfather isn't here. She can't sense any of the bugs in the building. She looks through the empty rooms, trying to support her failing body. This is strange. This is strange. This is strange. The old man isn't in the Mato mansion. I bet I know what she is gonna encounter here, though. His laughing voice isn't in the basement. No. Why? It doesn't make sense. Zoken Mato, grandfather, wants to take me back. I thought that he wouldn't make a move as long as I was at the Emiya house. So now's his best chance. If I'm alone, he should show up and try to turn me into a holy grail. So, where is he? Her consciousness grows faint. That won't do. She needs to find Zoken Mato before she falls asleep, before Shadow Emiya acts. She needs to find him and end this. It'd be all over if she met him, so why isn't he here, today of all days? I know, but... Of course he's aware. He's always watching me. No matter how far I am or where I hide, he'll always find me. He could easily capture me right now and make me do what he wants. He won't care whether I want to or not. He's always treated me as nothing but a tool. But why? There's no way he's unaware. It doesn't matter that the priest reduced the number of worms in my body. They were just insurance. That old man has other ways of tracking me, of knowing my physical condition. He's even listening to my heartbeat. He knows that I left Ryder and came here alone. After all, he's always... Sakura. A voice comes from behind her. It's... Yep, that's what I fucking thought! Nissan? The instant she turns to face her brother's voice. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. God damn it. Can we just kill Shinji already? Can we just fucking kill Shinji already, please? I arrive at the church after running without stopping even once. I started feeling short of breath on the way down the hill, but it passed by the time I got to the intersection. Physically, I feel surprisingly good. I ran nearly 5 kilometers from home to the church at a full sprint, even if it was the shortest route. Right. This is no time to be impressed with myself. I go into the church. If Kotomine's known about this all along, then I'll make him spit it all out, with force if I have to.
priest is in the chapel. He looks as if he's been waiting for me.
What's the matter, Shidoemiya? I didn't think you the type to turn to God when trapped in a corner. Have you come to convert?
He greets me flippantly. Cut the crap! I don't have time to deal with it right now. If you want a conversation, go have it by yourself.
Oh, I see. There is indeed little time to waste. You did well to make it all the way here with that body. If this will be a long discussion, join me in the back. Must be difficult to talk while standing.
I'm fine right here. Answer me, Kotsumine. Did you know that Sakura was a holy grail?
Of course. I saw what was inside her when I opened her up. It was apparent that she was a dark holy grail fashioned by Zoken Mato.
He answers bluntly. It's like his face is saying, so what? Do you know what that means? My blood boils. I told myself that I need to stay calm, but Kotomine's words light my temper white hot.
Yes, probably more than you. If Sakura Mato lived, she'd go on to kill many people. That's why I warned you, and asked you whether she was worth allowing to live.
I pause. That's true. He did give me a warning back then. He saved Sakura and told me it was a mistake to let her live. Fine. And why did you save Sakura? I just wanted to protect her, but you have no reason to do that, do you?
I do have a reason. Like you, I did not want Sakura Mato to die. I could not allow the life gestating within her to die. All humans die. That applies to Sakura Mato as well. If her life had been the only one in danger, I never would have gone to such lengths.
What do you mean if it was only her? So is this guy saying that he saved Sakura to let the shadow live?
Exactly, Shidoemiya. Creatures can die when they're wounded. That's natural law. But I cannot kill something that might be born if it's trying to be born. You protected Sakura Mato to save her. I saved her to save the darkness she was pregnant with.
Pro-life Kotsumine? Anti-abortion Kotsumine? I must let the evil baby live.
That is my reason. Our objectives may have been different, but we both wanted Sakura Mato to live. Does that answer satisfy you?
I'm not unsatisfied. Whatever Kotsumine was thinking, we needed his help back then. On top of that, he used up his entire magic crest to save Sakura. I should be grateful for the outcome. I'm not interested in what you were thinking. Tell me this, Kotsumine. You know what that thing is, don't you?
The shadow threatening the town, you mean? I have a few ideas. What about you? What do you think its identity is?
Zoken said that it's the contents of the Holy Grail. But whatever's inside the Grail is coming out through Sakura.
You asked him directly then. I see. That does sound like something he would think. But can you completely trust what he says? The shadow is leaking out from the Holy Grail through Sakura and that will continue to slaughter as long as she lives?
Like hell, I trust him. But what he's saying lines up. I can't deny that there's a connection between Sakura and the shadow.
Yes, Zoken's explanation was not false. But he's also not told you the entire truth. The power which fills the Holy Grail is colorless, you see. Because it lacks any color or will, it'd never do anything such as attacking people on its own. Power without direction simply disperses without anything to focus it.
Oh. That's true now that he mentions it. So why is the thing leaking out of Sakura attacking people indiscriminately? What do you mean? Why is it attacking people then?
It's quite obvious. There's something which kills people within the Holy Grail. It's the only possible explanation.
Something which kills people? It's in the Holy Grail and eating away at Sakura? My vision jars for a moment. I deny that anything so absurd could possibly exist. But wait. Didn't I see something exactly like that with my own eyes 10 years ago? That's crazy! If the Grail's power is colorless, then it would never try to kill people.
Yes, it would have been inconceivable. A contradiction that it was never designed to do. Regardless, it lurks within the Holy Grail. I told you that 10 years ago, Kiritsugu and I survived and fought over the Holy Grail. At the time, the Holy Grail's contents had been contaminated by something. Its power, which should have been colorless, had for whatever reason transformed into a vortex bent on killing humans. Still, its magnitude was indeed enough to grant any wish. It's not lost its function as a wish granter. The only problem was its fortunate existence as something which used evil to highlight good. It caused the tragic fire 10 years ago. While I was willing to accept it despite that, Kiritsugu refused to acknowledge such evil and destroyed it. The result was obvious. My servant was bathed in the tainted contents of the Holy Grail, and the mud that spilled out of the Grail set fire to the town, killing many people. I believe you have first-hand experience with that site.
Yeah, I watched it happen. I saw the root of all this destruction with my own eyes. And that black hole was...
The opening. The gate which we call the Holy Grail. How ironic. It's a chalice meant to collect the purest and greatest of souls. All it took was a single drop of poison to taint that pure vessel. It was colorless, as you know. No matter how vast or unfathomable it was unable to tolerate a single foreign element.
Foreign element? Is that what changed the Holy Grail?
Most likely. During the third ritual, the Ainsburn summoned something forbidden. In doing so, they introduced an impurity into their Holy Grail. For the 50 years between the Third and Fourth Wars, that impurity awaited its birth in the Holy Grail, but it was never allowed to emerge. The Fourth War was too abrupt. While it was still incomplete, time ran out while Saber and Archer were still intact. Then Kiritsugu destroyed the gate as soon as it opened.
Purity? Is that who the Shadow is?
You'd be wrong to consider it a person. The contents of the Holy Grail are still pure power. Even if it is tainted, it's magical energy with an orientation. It's a great vortex of curses utterly specialized in killing humans. An evil manifestation of human malice which has no desire to mix with anything else. That is the identity of the phenomenon within the Holy Grail. The shadow which roams at night. It's an unborn fetus which would not even cast a shadow if not for Sakura Mato.
Unborn fetus? You gotta be kidding me! Sakura has to give birth to a strange thing like that?
No. If Sakura Mato had been a properly constructed Holy Grail, her body would give birth to it. She's special. That thing's eating away at her. The gate. And becoming the gate itself. In passing its own power to Sakura, it's trying to exist in this world. It's attempting to make its own birth happen, become something from nothing. To begin with, it is power without a physical body. It does not require a human body. Someone simply needs to inherit its power in order for it to exist in this world. Holy Grail's content. Oh wait. The Holy Grail's contents are not leaking out now. It's a devil attempting to reach its own birth by infiltrating Sakura Mato. That's why the shadow's not the contents of the Holy Grail. It's already Sakura Mato herself. Once it consumes its host, once Sakura Mato inherits its power, she'll transform into the shadow.
Wait. Hold on a second, Kotomine. I can't keep track of everything you're saying.
The Holy Grail was always incomplete. No. The moment someone used the corrupted Holy Grail in the previous war, her contract was signed. This likely would not have happened with the Ainsburn's Holy Grail. The Grail's contents are cursed, but their host would not have adapted to it.
Shut up. You're talking way too much. Just say it simply. For example, you could say that the shadow isn't Sakura's subconscious. That's what Zoken said, but you're implying that the shadow is attacking people because that's always been its power. Sakura can't have wanted this to happen.
A vortex of curses resides in the Holy Grail, but they would never have gained a form without a suitable vessel to contain them. That thing within the Holy Grail connected to a host that could give it definite form.
The normal Holy Grail, such as one made out of the Ainsburn's gold or a bronze chalice using a mage's body, would have remained amorphous and indefinite. It's a bundle of curses potent enough to have actual mass. Under some circumstances, it might have multiplied into a great lump of flesh. That has nothing to do with me. Get to the point. Tell me the conclusion. I thought that I'd save her if I defeated the Shadow. That I just needed to beat it before Sakura turned into the Holy Grail. And if Sakura herself is the Shadow...
The curse gained Sakura Mato as its host. In the last war, its sense of touch, which leaked into this world, was embedded into her body. She was raised to have it serve as her magic circuits. The more Sakura Mato opens the gate as a Holy Grail, the more she'll merge with the thing within her. So be at ease. As long as her mind is intact, the Shadow will remain a Shadow. No matter how tainted she is by the curse, she is in command. As long as she tries to keep the gate closed, it will continue to stay within her and cannot completely emerge. It's like the relationship between master and servant. A servant cannot use its power as long as its master does not allow it. No matter how overwhelmingly powerful it may be, it cannot defy their bond of servitude. Sakura Mato's rational mind prevents the curse from fully indulging in its murderous nature. Will she accept the curse as part of herself? Or will her mind break under the enormity of its magical energy? Regardless, the darkness within her will be born. She is already the Shadow itself. Now that the Holy Grail War is in its final days, she'll be unable to return to her former self.
He's saying that if I kill the Shadow and check its dead body, I'll find Sakura lying there. I thought my heart just stopped. I clutch at my chest hard enough to tear the skin and force myself to start breathing again. Then, if we let Sakura live,
That dark shadow will grow, and eventually her mind will die. That moment, hell will manifest on this earth. I doubted she'd be able to hold out in that state, so I must commend you for a job well done, Shido Emiya. Thanks to you, she's still functioning as a Holy Grail.
You want to turn Sakura into a monster?
Of course I do. No matter what it is, I cannot stop it as long as it wishes to be born. Do not mistake my words, Shido Emiya. You'd call it a monster, and it has yet to even appear in this world?
Obviously! That Shadow's a demon! It's a demon that goes around killing people left and right!
Your judgment's premature. We only decide whether something is good or evil after it's born. No one can deny a life before it even exists. Or are you saying that you condemn the child of a criminal and accuse it of the same crimes? Would you execute it before it was even born?
What is he talking about?
Philip with the 8. My favorite thing about these late-stage exposition scenes is Shido going, I don't care about that, as if he's even he is cursing Nasu's long-windedness.
He himself said that it's something which kills humans. It's already killing people right now.
You're mistaken. The shadow you speak of is a shade modeled after its host, Sakura Mato. It's a separate entity from the thing which wishes to be born from the Holy Grail. The shadow is merely using Sakura Mato to obtain human lives for its own birth. It's no different from a suckling babe which wishes only to live. It is mindless, and so we cannot judge it as good or evil.
It's bullshit. People are actually dead, you know!
Yes, they are. Those sins must be brought to account, but only after it is born. No one can deny it at this moment. I cannot reject something which has yet to hatch and stand trial in this world. You must understand, there's no clear definition of evil in the world. Still, if we must apply the label, then would it not be unquestionably evil to snuff out a life before it's even born?
My words catch in my throat. I don't accept Kotamine's argument to turn Sakura into the contents of the Holy Grail, or rather that he refuses to stop it from happening. But attacking him for what he just said won't change anything, and it won't help Sakura. Kotamine, Is your goal to turn Sakura into the Holy Grail? I ask him with menace in my voice. It's already too late to declare war, but I want to know exactly where we each stand.
I said it's why I saved her. If it's going to be born, then I will bless it. Just as you offered Sakura Mato your aid, I will help her unborn child.
Fine. And that makes you our enemy.
Of course. However, I do not want to take her life, nor do I desire the Holy Grail's power as Zoken Mato does. I protect that which is within the Holy Grail, so that it may be born. If its mother rejects her child before it's born, then I'll respect her wishes.
Kotomine isn't lying. He really doesn't care about winning the Holy Grail War. All he's interested in is the outcome. He wants to know whether we or Zoken will survive, and see what happens afterward. He doesn't intend to force Sakura's transformation. He said that he'd help Sakura when we couldn't do anything to stop her from transforming. Alright, you're set on watching from the sidelines, then I won't go after you. You did save Sakura, for your reasons. That's all I need to know right now.
I see. I only saw it as saving the mother, but may you interpret that as you wish. Now that should conclude your business here. Return to Sakura Mato. She should not be left alone in her condition.
The priest says it out of concern for Sakura's physical... no, her mental health. We're clearly supposed to be enemies now, but it's hard as ever to tell whose side he's really on. I have one more question, actually. It's probably the last thing I'll ever ask you.
Oh, then I can hardly decline. Ask your question.
Kotomine, can Sakura be saved? My question changes the atmosphere. The gravity that always seems to surround the priest doubles, and he gives me a word of advice.
There is a way, though it's only a partial solution. Once she's a complete Holy Grail, Sakura Mato's personality will likely disappear. If her mind can withstand the power of the Holy Grail at all, however, it may buy her a short amount of time. I mean seconds at most. In that interval, one can take control of the Holy Grail and use its power to purge her body of the things infesting it. It is a brute force approach. One need merely use the power of the Holy Grail to kill the crest worms upon which her Grail was built, and the thing inhabiting her body. It may be tainted, but the Holy Grail still functions as a wish-granting device. There's surely nothing which could survive its power if it were directed to kill.
So this whole war all comes back to the Grail.
Yes, this entire affair will all be settled once one obtains the Grail. Be warned, you'd be directing the Holy Grail's power at the Holy Grail itself. Most mages would be unable to handle such power, and you'd see the tragedy of 10 years past occur again. That's not all. It'd be a mind-shattering task to control the Holy Grail for even a few seconds. Such a feat would be a miracle for you alone.
But I still have to try. We've still got a trick or two up our sleeve.
I see. You do have Rin with you. Rin is Sakura Mato's older sister. It'd be easy for her to synchronize her mind with Sakura's and lessen the feedback from the Holy Grail. Though I doubt she'd agree to such an absurd course of action.
He's right, of course. My first priority when I get home is now to convince Tosuka. First, I'm fine. That's our problem to deal with. Well, see ya. Hate to admit it, but you really helped us out. Can't agree with you, but I'm grateful.
Wait, I answered your question, so let me ask one as well.
I stop on the way out. I'm not in the mood for this, but it's better than owing him any more favors. What now? Thought you agreed this would be the last time. Make it short.
Well, let us assume that you managed to use this method to save Sakura Mato. But is that something you can accept, Shiro Emiya? Even if she's no longer the Holy Grail, it does not change the fact that she's eaten other people. Can you defend such a sinner?
I halt. This time his words really do make my blood run cold.
You would not be the only one who could not tolerate it. Sakura Mato has killed many. I do not think she'd forgive herself either. It's difficult to commit sins and live without atoning for them.
may be happier for all involved to resolutely kill her instead. It'd certainly be easier. It'd serve to compensate those who had loved ones taken from them. Yeah, that's where this chain of logic will lead. It doesn't matter how she alone feels about it. No matter what the circumstances were, the victims deserve to see some kind of punishment. If lives were taken, then those they were taken from can never be satisfied unless an equal price is paid. They'd want to kill her. If we feel apologetic at all to those who were lost, then society would dictate that Sakura, the perpetrator, be killed as well. And that's not all. If we fail to save Sakura and she becomes a Holy Grail anyway, then all brakes will be off. There will be 10 times as many deaths. Just like that day, when innocent people died one after another, without knowing why. I swallow the bile rising to my throat. My eyes feel bloodshot, like I could cry blood at any moment. I take thousands of swords and cut those feelings down. Yeah. That won't make up for anything either. I still swore to protect Sakura. I see. So you will not follow in Kiritsugu Emiya's footsteps. Oh, whoops, I didn't turn the filter back on. I see. So you will not follow in Kiritsugu Emiya's footsteps. His voice is calm. The priest looks at me with a bored, even disappointed expression. My old man's footsteps? Yes. Your father loved humans. His love for humanity was higher, further, and broader than any other. That's why he turned himself into absolute evil. I believe that he would have killed Sakura Mato. He was the sort of man who cast off any human emotion for the sake of his idea of justice. And you are different? You are different? You would sacrifice the happiness of one person for justice, for the happiness of many?
Or no, that was Shido asking him about it, sorry. Let me double back for a second. You were different? You'd sacrifice the happiness of one person for justice? The happiness of many? No. The things which you call happiness have never given me any joy. That doesn't answer the question. No, actually, the musing priest isn't even looking at me. Yes, we are different. He abandoned that which he had had from the beginning, while I never had anything to abandon. The outcome may have been the same, but the process could not have been any more different. I found his existence extremely unpleasant. His suffering clearly made him unhappy. If he was going to abandon everything, then he never should have had it to begin with. Yet he suffered and abandoned things only to pick them up again, even though it was the right human thing to do. It was a critical difference between us. Yes. If I was never to have such things, then why was I given life in this world? The priest's musings aren't directed at anyone, but I can feel the anger in his words. It's a show of genuine emotion that I didn't think he was capable of. Come to think of it, you were never capable of carrying on his legacy. He was able to abandon that which was precious to him, but you can only hold on to both. You and I are similar. From the moment you died and were revived, you've been broken. Even if it was an acquired trait, we are both innately flawed people. Broken? You mean something is wrong with me? You simply haven't yet realized it. You have no concept of self, why you obsess over a single life, perhaps. It's not that I obsess over many lives, that I care about all lives as much as I care about one. Yeah, Kire Kotomine thinks out loud, sounding somewhat envious. No matter. I will not stop you from saving Sakura Mato. Go ahead and shoulder your own sins. This is my final warning. If you wish to save Sakura Mato in any form, you must kill Zoken Mato. He plans to take over her empty body once her mind is gone. If that happens, it will be impossible to bring her back. Zoken wants to take over Sakura's body? Yes. He's an insect which parasitizes human bodies. I do not know which insect contains his mind and soul, but it's easy for him to transfer himself to a new body as long as it is intact. He's immortal in a way. He'll never completely disappear unless you find the main body which anchors his soul, or cleanse his soul itself. Okay. It's one less thing to worry about, actually.
means I have to kill him no matter what.
It is quite simple, yes. Your next steps are to defeat Zoken Mato and make Sakura Mato the victor. Then, control the Holy Grail once it appears and use it to cleanse Sakura Mato's body.
I nod reluctantly. Kotomine is right. It's good to keep things simple.
This is only my personal opinion, but Sakura Mato's body is stronger and more suitable to the Holy Grail's curse than expected. She's the yin to Rin's yang. If Zoken Mato made an oversight, it'd be this. The shadow spurred Sakura Mato's growth further than Zoken anticipated. That's why he took action against you. Protect Sakura Mato. If she can endure the shadow's growth, then she may not die as a rule.
I nod without saying anything else. Kotomine's goal is Sakura's transformation, but that's still a lot better than anything Zoken has planned. Just saying, but this isn't your fight. I'm not going to let that shady thing grow.
That's the spirit. Do not by any means let her fall into Zoken's hands.
I snort and head for the door. I'm done with this place. I need to get back to Sakura soon. Huh? When I get back to the house, the first thing I feel is a terrible chill. Nothing seems particularly out of place, nor do I sense any danger. I just have a vaguely cold sense of foreboding.
God, that was a lot to take in. Just like generally, thematically, informationally. I feel like every time we run into Kotomine in scenes like this, he just fucking pumps like 5 million pieces of information into my head and things to think about. And he's just like, okay, do with that what you will. And I'm just like, okay, thank you. I feel like I'm gonna die now.
Jeez. Yeah, I honestly, I agree with Philip. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I think, like, Kotomine has always been an interesting character, and, like, honestly, a very funny character as well. But I think he's at his, like, most interesting in this one. Like, obviously, we got more explicit information on his background and stuff in that one interlude as well, but, like, even beyond that, I think, like, just seeing sort of a different side of him than usual, that sort of, kind of gets at the core of why he's like why he's like that. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's very cool to me. It's the most like in depth we've had him. Yeah, absolutely. The living room is empty. Ilya's sleeping in the tatami room. Tosaka's getting ready for the projection in her guest room. As for Sakura... Yeah, well, about that. Sakura, I'm coming in. I announce myself and reach for the doorknob. The chill runs down my back again. Something feels wrong. Something missing. But I shake off the hunch and open the door.
Are you gonna get the funny writer routine as well?
Sakura.
Yeah.
I catch sight of Ryder for an instant before she vanishes like a ghost. Behind her, the bed that Sakura is supposed to be sleeping in is unoccupied. The lights turn on. What? I blink at the sudden illumination.
Welcome back. Won't ask where you've been, but you sure took a while.
Tosaka, what's going on?
I'm sure you can tell. Sakura left the house on her own, and I've been stuck in here in a staring match with Ryder. She probably got told not to lay a hand on you. The second you came in, she went into spirit form and ran outside.
What? Tosaka's voice is calm. No, it isn't. This isn't the voice of someone composed. Her cold, flat tone sounds like she's given up. Tosaka, you said Sakura went outside.
She really did. It looks like she left before you did, so it's already been 2 hours. I don't know what she thinks she's going to do in her state. She probably won't listen to us now. Ryder stopped me when I was about to go look for her, so I bet she feels ashamed of what she's doing.
That's crazy talk! Sakura wouldn't keep secrets from... I can't say for sure that isn't true. Sakura's nightmares. I could never understand how Sakura feels about her steadily deteriorating health. Anyway, we need to bring her back. If we let her go out alone in her condition, more people will die. She'll suck up the magical energy from anyone around her, just like when she attacked me at school. Plus, remember how the shadow didn't leave a single victim behind last night? She must have been really hungry.
Tosuka.
She looks slightly away and goes quiet. Her eyes seem to say, "It's over, Shido."
Tosuka. You...
I agree that we should look for Sakura. But if we find her and she isn't Sakura anymore, you know what we have to do.
That won't happen.
Sakura's still... sane? Can't you tell that she was at her limit? Give it a rest already, Shido. If you're covering for her, you'll be the one to die first. Save the speculation. I'm going to bring her home, that's all. I'll argue with you after that's down, so shut up for now. Hey, wait, Shido! I run down the hall. I don't even have time to wonder where Sakura is. It's over, Shido. I run with all my might as if to deny what Tosuka was saying. Shido, are you going to look for Sakura? But then... Oh, okay, that wasn't Ren. Shido, are you going to look for Sakura? But then, I hear an unexpected voice just as I reach for the door. Oh, okay, I thought it was going to be Ryder, but it's actually Ilya. Never mind. When did she show up? Ilya's watching me from afar, as if there's a wall between us. Ilya. Answer me. Are you going to look for her? I nod. Ilya's voice is strained. Her resignation's different than Tosuka's. Maybe she can feel exactly what Sakura is going through, as a fellow Holy Grail. Okay. But Shido, Sakura left on her own, because she didn't want you to see her. She did it to protect you. She's scared and she doesn't want to die. She wants to settle things on her own as a Holy Grail. The Sakura you love is gone. She went out alone to erase herself. Ilya's eyes bore straight into mine. I return the gaze and shake my head firmly. I won't let it happen. Even if Sakura isn't herself anymore, there's only one thing for me to do. I see. Shido, Sakura and I each have another self inside us. It's a version of me that you don't know, and a version of Sakura that isn't what you think. Sakura won't come back. Now that she's changed, she's a different person. Are you afraid to kill her, Shido? Ilya asks me a question, very quietly. The Holy Grail is something people created. She's telling me that it was made to be broken, so I shouldn't hesitate to destroy it. When Ilya talks about herself like that, all I can hear is Sakura's name instead. Shido, I'll ask you one more time. Are you still going to look for Sakura? I don't know what feelings are behind that question, so I answer as honestly as I can. Yeah, I'm going to find her. Sakura is still Sakura to me. That goes for you too, Ilya. You're still you, even if you turn into something I don't understand. No matter how this ends, if you're still somewhere in there, then you're the Ilya I know. To be honest, it's hard for me to understand, but that's how I feel. I reach for the door. She went to find Zoken. That's the only place she would go. Her voice guides me from behind. All right. Wait here at home, Ilya. I'll bring Sakura back. I leave the house entrance. Ilya keeps watching me go from afar. I arrive at the Mato mansion. I'm not winded at all. I should be tired after running this morning, but my body feels completely fine. It's open. My finger stops before ringing the doorbell. Did someone enter or leave? The front door lies partly ajar, and the inside's terribly quiet. There's no sign of anyone here. The house is even more dreary than it was yesterday. I don't find anyone on the first floor. The only sound I hear is my echoing footsteps. I make my way upstairs, the floorboards creaking beneath me. The second floor is also empty. I gaze up at the sky through the skylight. I could sense that there was no one living here as soon as I went up the stairs. I stop myself before I go back downstairs. No one living. A sense of dread directs my attention to an open door. It's Sakura's room. I've seen it once before. I've never been inside. When Shinji showed me around before, Sakura pushed us outside, blushing furiously. I think that was 2 years ago. Nothing's changed. It's a girly room, barely decorated at all, which is like Sakura. There. Shinji. Shinji's dead body. Holy shit! What? Shinji's dead body is sprawled on the bed. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. He's finally dead. Yeah, I guess we're gonna get context for that now.
You sure took your sweet time coming home, huh?
The mask falls off the man who was her brother. His sticky plastic smile is gone without a trace.
You traitor! You disgrace to the Matos!
He screams at her as he closes in. The man glowers viciously at the girl, closing in with sluggish yet threatening steps. The girl twitches in fright. Yeah, I figured, Philip. I'll mention it when we get to the natural point, I suppose. She realizes that he's approaching her with hatred, bloodlust.
Ha! That's right! That's how you should be! Doesn't matter how hard you try to act like a normal person. You're a Mato woman. A lowly, cowardly has-been of a mage. No different from an emotionless doll!
He roughly moves in.
No, stop!
She retreats. A long-lost feeling of superiority brings a smile to the man's face. And that's why he fails to realize that the girl cowering in front of him isn't obedient like she's always been. The man is the only one who doesn't see that she's twisting away from him out of sheer revulsion and defiance.
Hey, you're pretty feisty today. Uh-huh, I see. That's great. Emiya must be in the dumps right now.
No, stop it! Stay away from me, Nisan!
The girl does everything she can to push the threatening man away. He stops. His extended hand slightly dips, and he stares down at the girl as if encountering something alien.
What'd you say? Hey, what'd you just say to me?
His voice is shocked. The girl gulps and works up the courage to look him in the eyes.
I said to stay away from me. I'm not going to do what you say anymore. Senpai accepted me. He said he'll protect me. I'm not your plaything.
The girl desperately tries to squirm out from under the man's oppressive shadow.
The hell?
His voice is hollow. He stares down at the cowering girl.
The hell? The hell? Don't give me that shit!
His temper explodes.
Because of Emiya? You won't do what I say? Who the fuck do you think you are? I'm your big brother and I make the rules here. You just need to shut up and do what you're told like always.
The dam on his anger is broken and there's no stopping it. His mind can't take the shock of being defied by someone who's never turned on him before.
Take that back, Sakura. You're mine and no one else's. Know your place. You're a Mato woman. You don't have the right to say anything to me.
He doesn't know how to stop his anger. The girl glares at him reproachfully with determination in her eyes. He finds her gaze maddening. He doesn't like being stared at so directly. At the same time, he laughs at her powerless resistance. He laughs. He laughs. The brother cackles in delight. That's when she realizes deep down what he's thinking. No matter what, he seems determined to ruin my life, just to ridicule me. Why? She whimpers. Why is he always like this? She's put up with so much for so long. She's lied to other people and even herself, trying to convince herself that she could still be happy someday. She thought that she was happy just being at Senpai's house. And yet, why can't he even let her have that? No, he isn't the only one. She's always thought, always resented. Why? Why? Why does the world around me hate me this much? She can't put any strength into her limbs. She doesn't feel like resisting, and the man who calls himself her brother leers down at her. The girl absently stares up at the man, making a smug, sinister expression.
I wish people like this didn't exist.
11 years. She thinks something she's never thought before in all that time. Oh my god. Holy shit. Yep. Good fucking bye, Shinji, you piece of shit. Okay, yeah, so this would probably be the time to mention this, because it's not really spelled out in the censored version in remastered. I'm not going to linger on the point too long because I don't really want to get too into it, for the sake of, people that might be uncomfortable with the subject matter. But given all of the themes that have been expressed in the story thus far, I feel like it's kind of unavoidable to at least mention it. The original implication is that for many years, Shinji has been assaulting Sakura. That is what has been happening with that. And now he's fucking dead. And aren't we all happy about that? R.I.P. fucking bozo. Something whips through the air. The man who has been bearing down on her limps over. There's a shower of fresh blood. The girl rises and looks wordlessly at the man. He died instantly. Something incredibly sharp hit him in the head. There's some kind of line leading into his cranium. Marked by flowing red liquid, the line reached his brain, but it's so thin that nothing leaks from the wound. Oh. She feels nothing as she looks down at it. The shadow that killed her brother is swaying. It's swaying as the gray sunlight illuminates it. It's hers. Her own sunlit shadow smoothly rises, quivering and swaying. That's why she's the one who did it. She killed her own brother. She understands this, but she feels nothing. She feels nothing. 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 No hatred, nor fear, nor guilt, nor regret. The only thought in her empty mind is how easy it was. This feels familiar. It isn't the first time. She's dreamed about it plenty of times. Maybe she learned by example, because she saw it in her dreams. In her dreams. She's not sure, but she should have done this sooner. If it wasn't going to feel like anything, then she should have done this a lot sooner. That's right, she thinks. Her supposedly absent emotions whisper that it was fun. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun. No, it is fun, but it was fun? When? Where? What?
Dream. A dream. Oh, right, I'm not dreaming. Yeah, a dream. It isn't a dream. The person that goes out every night and kills all the men who approach her is none other than herself. She killed a lot of them. So many. I did it. I killed them all while laughing.
It's hilarious. If she doesn't laugh, she'll break. She can't take this unless she laughs. The more she laughs, the more she falls apart, and her tears won't stop. Nothing starts to matter anymore. It's so funny that it makes her stomach hurt. The more she laughs, the stupider she gets. But it feels so good and it comes out so easily. How silly, how absurd, how foolish she is. Her smile twitches. Sweet, twinkling chuckles escape her lips in a place of her now motionless brother. And then, after playing with her brother's body for a while, moving it around like a child playing house, she finally gets up from the bed. She stands in front of the mirror, looking at her blood-stained figure. The shadow that's killed so many is standing behind her. Her shadow. Her dark self that's eaten dozens of people.
She tried so hard to control herself so that this wouldn't happen. Someone stayed by her side so that this wouldn't happen. She laughed scornfully. There'd never been any point to it from the beginning.
Oh. Looks like I've been slowly going crazy all along.
She twirls in front of the mirror. A proud smile adorns her lips.
Look, Senpai, I've always been broken.
She says in the same tone one might use to ask for a dance. The girl's mind ended there. It was replaced, to be precise. Her subconscious, which she had always kept a lid on, simply emerged. There's someone else she's speaking to as well. Behind the girl, in the deep darkness, he reveals only his presence. Who killed many people, Sakura? The girl doesn't answer. She doesn't even need to nod. You can no longer live as a human. She doesn't answer. That isn't worth responding to either. Now accept your shadow. Nobody can stop you now. Sees the Einsburn girl. The Einsburn girl phrasing. That has to be Zoken, right? If anybody can clarify for me, that knows for sure. Okay, yeah, it is Zoken.
You've killed many people, Sakura.
The girl doesn't answer. She doesn't even need to nod.
You can no longer live as a human.
She doesn't answer. That isn't worth responding to either.
Now accept your shadow. Nobody can stop you now. Seize the Einsburn girl and acquire the Holy Grail. You have no other way to survive.
Yes, as you say, grandfather.
She nods quietly. Does she anticipate the work to come, or does she merely want to flee from him? She doesn't know her own heart anymore. All she knows is that the moment she accepted her shadow, all the pain she'd ever felt vanished like a dream. It creeps up her body. Wow. Yeah, as people are pointing out too, yeah, he literally just used Shinji as fucking bait to push her over the edge. This fucking piece of shit. I hate this guy so fucking much. I mean, I'm glad Shinji's dead, don't get me wrong. But, fuck. Starting with her feet, the black mud coats her skin. The pain becomes fire and it burns her skin, like a curse. Her pale skin turns into something else. Yes, with this, she won't lose to anyone ever again. No one can stop her. She knows for a fact that she's the strongest fighter in this war. She'll defeat everyone who's threatened her, just as she always imagined. She trembles. The thought alone fills her with unexpected joy. In the midst of her rapture, one name repeatedly comes to mind. Rin Tosuke, the family member she loves and respects the most. Oh, she is gunning for Rin, huh? Jesus. Hersher says it right at the top. It's Tumblr and Blue Sky. Although, I guess, if... Last time I checked, Tumblr was having some fucking problems today. I hope it's back by now. Okay, it looks like it might be, actually, because I'm able to look at it on my phone, so... Hopefully it should be fine. But, yeah. Well... I don't have any other, socials, unfortunately. Because I would sooner Shinji myself than use Twitter. I never, ever, ever again. Literally never again.
Shinji's corpse is on the bed. That's all. What happened here? It shouldn't be possible to glean what happened, but... Sakura. I know she killed him. I can't think straight. Shinji's body. Sakura's whereabouts. It hasn't even been half a day since I held Sakura last night. So how? Why?
Oh, if it isn't the Emiya boy. I'd say you did well coming here, but you're a tad late.
I whirl around at the sudden voice. Nobody's behind me. I know that there isn't anyone in this mansion. This is just Zoken's voice, transmitted from somewhere else. Zoken! What did you do to Sakura?
Nothing at all. As you can see, she turned the tables on my incompetent grandson. It's hardly anything to make a fuss about. Although, perhaps I shouldn't call him incompetent anymore. He was useless, but he did serve his purpose in the end.
He chuckles. I can't see the old mage, but it's clear that he's enjoying this. Shinji's purpose.
Oh yes, I could not have driven Sakura to such lengths. She despised me a bit too much for that. I needed you or Shinji to break the seal on that dam. Sakura could only accept her own shadow once she lost all faith in the world. This was my mistake. I admit I underestimated her willpower. I never expected her to grow into such a patient girl.
What? My nerves condense. Before I can even comprehend his rambling, my right hand balls into a fist and I instantly open my magic circuit.
I would have preferred it if the betrayal had come from you, though. Then she wouldn't have awakened only halfway and would have fully become the shadow in both body and mind. Still, it's only a matter of time.
Hersher with the 20 pounds. So basically, it's a stick figure with blue hair, Shinji, lying face down in a pool of blood with the text R.I.P. Bozo captioning it. Created entirely in Mario Paint for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. That is really good. I do kind of wish that we could see that, but I am content with the description as well. It makes me laugh to think about.
With Shinji's death, she's finally accepted her position. All I need to do now is watch. She will follow her instincts and attack people, and destroy herself with gluttony. My task comes after.
I punch him. I punch the voice in the darkness where there should only be a wall with all my might. My punch, unconsciously powered by all the magical energy I could ram into it, blasts through the wall, sweeping away the darkness staining the room.
Oh, how fearsome. You've crushed all the bugs I left there to monitor the room. Soon my voice won't be able to reach you.
Shut up and show yourself, Zoken! I'll rip you apart!
Unfortunately, I can't do that. I'm on the cusp of achieving the Makiri's 500-year-old dream. I can't afford to let you kill me, nor am I ungrateful enough to kill you.
Ungrateful? Bullshit! When have I ever helped you?
But you have. You raised her splendidly. You taught her how it feels to want someone else. I thank you, Shiroemiya. The ritual will finally succeed thanks to you. Thus, I will not kill you. I want you to see the fruits of your labor.
Zoken.
No one can stop her now. Now that she's killed her brother, she cannot stop. The Ainsburn Grail. Once she absorbs that little girl and the archer she took, Sakura will unlock the gate. Then it will be checkmate. The Makiris will finally achieve our long-cherished dream and recreate the third magic!
His laugh is grating.
Go home, Shiro. We have shit to focus on. We can beat the fuck out of this guy later.
Wait. Going to take the Ainsburn Grail? I run. I don't care about Zoken's cackling. He's just watching me from a safe location anyway. No, never mind that old bastard's rambling.
Hurry, hurry, Shiroemiya. Sakura has already been darkened. If she catches Ilias Veil, she'll devour her without mercy.
I run as fast as I can. I don't care if my legs give out. Be safe, Ilya! It takes 20 minutes to get home from the mansion in full sprint. I run back to Ilya as fast as I can, glaring up at the overcast sky.
Philip with the 10. In Heaven's Feel 2, the film ends with Sakura killing Shinji. The song that then plays is I Beg You by Aimer, which I urge everyone to listen to as it encapsulates Sakura's character beautifully. Oh, hell yeah, I love Aimer. So I will absolutely be doing that.
The girl looks up at the sky. The gray sunlight clouds her hair, and her red eyes are steeped in shadow. Yeah, I'd better tell Shiro once he comes home. Ilias Veil talks out loud to no one in particular. The Emiya house is quiet. Shiro and Ren both went looking for Sakura. Ryder doesn't show herself, as usual, so Ilya is all by herself. Cup of Heaven, erected in a cave on this very first promised land, 200 years ago. You can feel it activating already. This is the 5th Holy Grail War to take place in the town of Fuyuki. The Holy Grail descends on a different location each time, but this time, it's returned to where it began. It's only natural. They use the 4 gates in this land, and each time it fails, they pick up a new one. The first was Ryudo Temple. The second was the Tosuka House. The third was the church on the hill. The fourth was that burned field. And this time, it will return to the land it first appeared in. To the land where it all started. To the false utopia where they first enacted this ritual called the Holy Grail War.
The Holy Grail is filled with the souls of heroic spirits. The miracle they sought was to use these and open the gate. But I never thought that there would be someone living inside, even when it isn't open.
She finds it rather comical. For things as they are, the Einspurn's wish will be for naught. They failed. Whatever happens next, whatever will soon be born, will be a catastrophe far removed from what they desired.
I should leave it alone. My job is to open the way. No one told me to close it.
Even if she was willing to try, it's too late now. Sakura now surpasses her as a Holy Grail. The Einspurn Grail cannot interfere with the gate that the Makiri Grail has opened. Zoken Mato meant to open the same thing, but he opened something different. Only Ilya understands this, along with the other girl turned into a Holy Grail, Sakura.
I wonder if Shiro will make it back in time. If he does, we could run someplace far away.
She peers up at the sky, absently. The girl's been having doubts. She's having trouble choosing between her duty and the newfound desires in her.
Shiro, no matter what you do, I'm still going to die.
The outcome won't change. Only death awaits her, whether she faces the gate as a Holy Grail or runs away. That's why she keeps asking herself what she really wants, as she looks up at the gray expanse. And that's why she doesn't notice. A shadow creeps through the entrance to the house, saying, "I'm home." Did it infiltrate the bounded field around the home, or did the barrier fail to identify her as an intruder? Slowly, she moves from the living room to the backyard without making a sound and reaches for the girl's shoulder. That was a long walk, Sakura. Where'd you go?
Son.
The intruder, Sakura Mato, freezes. She looks away from Ilya, who's right in front of her, and at Rin Tosuka waiting in the yard. Get away from Ilya. I'll shoot you where you stand if you get any closer to her. Everyone here knows that that isn't an idle threat.
It won't work, Rin. But if it makes you feel better, then go ahead.
Ilyasvale walks out, not looking surprised in the least. She goes to the edge of the yard as if to spectate the face-off between Sakura and Rin.
Yeah, you must have been waiting here for me this whole time, Ne-san. You predicted that I'd come invite Ilya.
Pretty much. Unlike Shiro, I don't have any reason to save you. It was obvious that you'd come to take Ilya once things started rolling. Even if you didn't, you had plenty of reason to be cautious of her. The way she says Shiro makes Sakura twitch. She doesn't like it. The open loathing on her face would be utterly alien to anyone who knew her before.
You're terrible, Ne-san. You're always like that, deciding everything on your own and making a fool out of me. You look down on me for being dirty because you're so clean. I hate people like you. Hey, Ne-san. Am I that bad of a girl?
Her voice contains no emotion. Rin takes the question in stride. Obviously, you're a huge moron, beyond saving from the moment you left this house, because you never put any faith in the one guy who wanted to protect Sakura Mato. She snaps back at Sakura. Sakura drops her gaze. The truth of the remark seems to make her genuinely realize her error.
But
Don't tell me you thought it was for the best. We told you not to go outside. If you didn't agree, you should have talked to us first. You just left without telling anyone, all by yourself. You keep making the same mistakes. I'm amazed, honestly. People take advantage of you because you can't even do that part right.
Yeah, you're right. That's how it's always been. But Ne-san, I'm not weak anymore. Please, go hide in your house. I'll protect Senpai now.
An ominous shadow spills out in concert with her icy gaze. Expecting this, Rin takes a slight step back. She doesn't realize that her moment of weakness is the last push Sakura needs.
What's wrong, Ne-san? The way you're backing up almost makes you look like you're scared of me.
Rin clicks her tongue, realizing her mistake, but it's too late. No, she was never ready to begin with. From the moment Sakura reached for Ilya, it was already over.
Okay.
So you're not going back to your room?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was Rin still. So you won't go back to your room?
Yes. I won't do what you say anymore. Because I'm stronger than you.
Shadows leap. Innumerable jet black streams rush out from Sakura's feet and cover the yard. And from within that thick, inky black...
Sakura, you...
Oh, shit! A knight wielding a dark, tainted sword emerges.
Saber, cops are the Holy Grail. I don't mind if you get rough with it if it resists.
The dark saber obeys without a word. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, yeah, Assassin still says Zoken, but Saber's master's fucking Sakura! Holy shit! Oh no! That's fucking crazy! There's no longer any doubt. It's clear what the shadow is now, and the fate of any servant it devours is in plain sight before them. Rin bites her lip. But then... something shadowy, far surpassing Rin's magical energy, lashes out at her in a merciless, lethal shot. She hits the ground, rolling. The shadow that was shot out is on the same level as that black shadow. If she touches it, she's finished. Even the slightest graze will cause it to stick to Rin's skin and engulf her in the blink of an eye. And once that happens, if she's swallowed by the shadow that not even servants can escape from, then Rin, a bundle of magic circuits, would be absorbed entirely without being able to resist at all. Holy shit.
Damn it, you...
The tentacles shoot out at her in rapid succession. Rin realizes that this isn't coming from the shadow, but from Sakura's own magecraft. The Mato's magecraft specializes in binding others, but originally Sakura was a Tosaka, a shadow wielder aligned with imaginary numbers. She can manifest the shadow to this extent because of her two alignments. They catch up to Rin easily. The difference in their magical energy is overwhelming. Right now, Sakura's magical energy is limitless. Her capacity is 100 million units. From the perspective of Rin's 300 units, Sakura is a monster with a bottomless reserve. She controls Saber, who boasts the highest magical energy among the servants and can freely use the shadow. It isn't clear if even a servant could overcome this extraordinary mage. Crap. Her spells are simple, but the quantity is just overwhelming. Rin watches the transformed Sakura, her shoulders heaving with exertion. She has no chance of victory and no way out. It'd be a different story if she had a power source on par with Sakura, the Holy Grail itself, but she doesn't. In terms of being a power source, there isn't anything in this world on the same level as the Holy Grail anyway. She sighs and drowns her anxiety with grumbling.
No, Nesa. It's dangerous to stop there.
Sakura doesn't hesitate to aim her palm at Rin. She has no mercy. Her lips curl into an arrogant sneer.
Then let's play some more, Nesa. I'll cut you in the end. But try to be adorable and run around, okay?
She smiles at her beloved sister.
Yeesh.
Rin knows that this will end the way Sakura says. There's no escaping the shadow. If Sakura felt like it, she could engulf the entire lot, not just the yard. Rin's completely helpless against Sakura, who expands the shadow little by little. The shadow wraps around Rin. The gel-like mud binds her body, squeezes her tight, and infiltrates her magic circuits like a bloodborne parasite.
Oh, is that all? You weren't as strong as I thought.
Sakura gleefully looks down at her captured sister. Her breathing is ragged and her cheeks are flushed. The sight of her sister smeared with a thick oil excites Sakura even though she's female. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Can you... rein it back in a little bit, Nasu. The mud doesn't cover her face, as if to let Sakura enjoy her suffering.
You little...
Rin glares at Sakura, enduring the humiliation, but it only lasts for a few seconds. The mud working its way through her body oozes its way into her organs.
I'll be eating you now. I've been looking forward to this. It's my first time eating magical energy from a mage.
The gel-like shadows bind Rin tightly. The meal doesn't even last a few seconds.
Delicious. I'm not even close to full, but that was satisfying, Ne-san.
Rin's remaining magical energy disappears. It's over. Slumped over and struggling to breathe, Rin doesn't have the strength to resist. She has no way to resist, but...
I can't let that happen. Unless I kill her here. Next time.
She'll lose to her sister again. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. That was Sakura, too, actually. Sorry about that.
I can't let that happen. Unless I kill her here. Next time.
She'll lose to her sister again. She doesn't have anything to base this hunch on. Oh, no, wait. No. It was Rin. What am I talking about? Sorry. I just figured it was not literally lose to her sister again in the sense of like, oh, Rin just lost the fight. I was thinking of the like, you know, the whole conflict in her mind of like, I'm gonna lose everything to Rin. Sorry, I got confused there for a second. Rin has no way of overcoming this power gap. But somehow, Sakura is sure the next time they fight, Rin will kill her for sure. So she needs to finish her off here. It'd be too easy to simply neutralize her by taking her energy. Wait, okay, oh, Jesus Christ. Whatever! She needs to end her here, because Rin Tosuka would do the same. That's what Sakura tells herself as she spreads her trembling hand.
Ne-san, here.
The shadow doesn't spread. With shaking shoulders, she looks like at her weakened sister and... Sakura! The last person she wanted to meet finally catches up to her. I figure I know. Yep, interlude's going out. That's Shiro. Hi, Shiro. Damn it, what's going on? Clearly something is happening in the backyard. So much of the nauseating, spiteful vortex of energy is leaking out that I can even touch it. You don't need to be a mage to know that something is wrong. What? I thought I was ready, but I'm dumbstruck by what I find. Tosuka is covered in the shadow that looks like coal tar. Ilya is watching from the edge of the yard, and Saber is standing in front of her. And in the very middle, Sakura has a hand thrust out at Tosuka. Sakura! I dash into the yard. I can't neglect any of them, but right now Tosuka is in the most danger. She looks deathly pale beneath the coal tar, and her life will be in danger unless she gets help right away. Tosuka, hey! Get a grip, stupid! I lift her up, but she doesn't respond. Hold on. Get this stuff off of you. I tear at the mud covering her. Despite being a liquid, the mud behaves like elastic rubber. I can't get a decent handhold on it, and it bounces back as soon as I tear it off. What is this? I can touch Tosuka, so why can't I can't tear the mud off no matter how hard I try. In the chaos and confusion, I keep trying to pull the mud off Tosuka. And then...
It's no use, Senpai. Only I can dispel my own shadow. With your skill level, it will only consume you instead.
Sakura? Sakura speaks in a cold voice I don't know. Sakura, your face. My scattered mind grinds to a halt. Sakura's neck. Something that looks like a tattoo spreading over it. It doesn't look like it at all, but that's a command spell. Sakura's body's writhing with command spells I don't understand.
What a surprise. You came so quickly, Senpai. You must be panicking. You saw what happened to Ne-san, but you weren't scolding me.
Not now. We don't need to talk about Shinji right now. Can wait until you calm down. That's right. I need to talk to Sakura now. Zoken said all kinds of stuff, but he was lying. Sakura is still Sakura. So if we can just talk, she'll go back to...
No, I don't want to talk about that. And I don't want to talk to you. I'm the only one who needs to speak. You, Ne-san, my brother, and all the people in this town can't speak out against me anymore.
My hair stands on end. This is worse than any chill. A sharp spike of extreme cold runs from my medulla down to the bottom of my spine, like a knife opening up my back.
Anyway, Senpai, why are you protecting my sister?
For an instant, my vision goes blank. A shadow rises behind Sakura. The
chill running down my back crystallizes into ice-cold terror encasing my entire body. That's Sakura. When people told me that she's the shadow, I was able to bear it, but I can't deny what I just saw. All it took was a touch to melt my left arm. That emotionless killing machine slaughtering people all over town was Sakura. Sakura. My throat feels tight. My eyeballs spasm and the world seems to warp and twist around me. Every cell in my body screams in warning, and I desperately try to snap myself out of my frozen terror. But I can't. Sakura is present. It's no longer human. No longer Sakura. I haven't been swallowed by this titanic magical energy yet. There's only one reason I can't move. Sakura's boundless bloodlust is directed at me.
You've always been like that. You said you would protect me, but you never had eyes only for me. It's alright, though. I wanted you because that's the kind of person you are.
My vision warps. My mind's crumbling as I hear the words of this Sakura I don't know. It creaks in denial. Protests that this isn't Sakura. Forbidden thoughts bury themselves in my mind.
Is it painful to see me here, Senpai? I know how much of a burden I am to you. I'll keep suffering as long as I'm here. That's why I needed to disappear in front of you.
Shadows dance. The ground of the backyard reminds me of a shadow puppet stage.
But I can't. You're the only thing that's ever made me happy. And you can't stay away from me either. You can't betray yourself any further. Yes, so I'll kill you, for your own good. That way we can be together forever. And you won't have to suffer anymore.
The shadows reach for me. They swell into a wave bent on swallowing both me and Tosaka. In my battered mental state, I shove Tosaka away. The black wave descends on me. I don't even try to evade it. I was terrified. The mere instant I thought that this Sakura isn't Sakura anymore. The realization stopped me from moving my body. I know this. I've bathed in this darkness before. It'll shatter me. I couldn't withstand it for even 1 second last time. If it covers me while my mind is still blank, my mind will disappear before my body. My body withers. My body temperature drops to 0 in an instant. It's more suffocating and scary than I expected, so I move my body to try to get out. But I can't jump. There's no ground to push off of. I'm going to... I come to my senses in the backyard. Purple hair fills my field of view.
Ryder, do you...
This was your command, Sakura. You told me to protect Shiro Emiya, no matter what. Oh, shit!
Right. Ryder rescued me from the black wave.
Try not to move. If you stand up in that condition, you will lose consciousness.
I'm not even thinking about that. On my hands and knees, the act of breathing threatens to knock me out.
Oh. So you're going to oppose me, Ryder. Then I'll take you, too. I ate something I didn't expect earlier, so I don't need any more servants. But I'll do to you what I did to Saber.
Shadows rise. Sakura shrouds the entire yard in darkness. She isn't holding back anymore after Ryder's betrayal. The areas around us is already covered in black. Ryder makes no sign of running. She just watches the creeping shadows approach like a criminal awaiting execution.
That's enough. You don't need to do all this, Sakura. There's no going back if you swallow anything else. Oh, okay. That was Ilya.
It's enough. You don't need to do all this, Sakura. There's no going back if you swallow anything else.
Ilya. The shadow's encroachment pauses.
What do you mean, Ilias Vale?
Exactly what I said. You can consume Ryder, kill Shiro, and neutralize Rin, but it's pointless to you right now. You're just wasting time. So why don't you stop the temper tantrum already?
What is she doing? Ilya's walking towards Sakura.
You're here for me, right? Then let's get this over with. I'll come along peacefully, so leave them alone.
Are you insane? All I want is your heart. You're saying that you don't mind me killing you.
I know that, but I'm gonna get killed regardless, so it's pointless to resist. For now, you're the strongest one here.
Ilia's calm. It's vexing. I muster my body and every shred of my frayed mind to try and understand what Ilia is saying, but I can't.
So you're offering yourself up as a sacrifice, Iliasvel?
Yeah, it's my job. But my dress isn't here. If you want to open the gate as a successor, you'll need to take me to my castle. And you've settled your scores, haven't you? There's no need to kill Shiro. You let that part of you in because you didn't want to kill anyone else. But now you're saying you have to kill them all. You're contradicting yourself, Sakura.
The shadows recede. Even the mud covering Tosaka fades away as if it was never there.
Fine. It saves me the trouble of looking for it myself. I don't know what you're playing at, but I'll go along with it.
Her long hair sways. Sakura turns her back on us as if she's completely lost interest in me and Ryder. She starts to leave. Sakura! Still on my knees, I call out to her.
Don't come to me anymore. If I see you in front of me, I'll have to kill you, Senpai.
Sakura grows distant. I can't follow her, call out to her.
Sakura's right. Your role in this is done, Shiro.
It's my duty to take care of the rest. Sakura is going to take me away, so you can rest now.
I can't even help Ilia.
Bye. It's been fun, big brother.
I hear her bid me a sad farewell. Finally, I unfreeze, my uncontrollable shaking in front of the shadow, and my guilt for thinking Sakura was someone else finally stop. It's infuriating. I was so pathetic that I couldn't even take Sakura's hand. And that's not all. At the very end, I let Ilia make such a face when she called me her big brother. You dumbass! I run. I chase after them with reckless abandon, pushing through the nausea, the chill, and my soup-like brain.
Do not follow them. I'll kill you if you go any further.
A black-armored servant stands in my way. She's been silent this entire time, and now she overwhelms me with her grim presence, sword pointed at me. Move, Saber. I can't let them leave.
And I can't let you go. I will not allow you to follow them. What could you do anyway, even if I did move?
This is my last okay.
This is my last warning. One way or another, Sakura will obtain the Holy Grail. It is the only way to set her free. She will be saved, even if she dies as a result. If you want to help Sakura, then stand down. If you still intend to chase her, then I will remove your head.
The dark saber disappears. Sakura and Ilia are gone. They vanish from sight, as if sinking into her shadow. I run out of the will to move my body. My arms and legs go limp, like a puppet with its strings cut. Damn. I can't stay conscious. Is it just my vision that's going dark? The sight of Sakura being swallowed by the shadow is burned into my mind, like an indictment.
Damn. Well, I think that that's probably a pretty good place to stop, wouldn't you say? Considering we only have 2 days left, but I assume that those 2 days are going to be long as fuck. Then I think it's probably a good place to go ahead and call it here. Yeah, Cross seems to agree. Yeah, the last 2 days are massive. Okay, awesome. Then, I guess, I don't know. What do you guys like think? For those of you who do know, like, Hold on, I'm gonna go back to the menu. No, 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 no. I was gonna say, to those of you who do know, though, do you think that it'll be like we should do 15 and 16 in one stream? Or oh, not even sure you can do the last 2 days in 2 streams? I see. Interesting. I don't know, that seems like a lot, though, doesn't it? You gotta remember, I mean, I don't know. I get through stuff faster than you think sometimes. I got farther than you thought I would in this amount of time. 2 to 3? Okay. Well then, yeah, I mean, like, we'll see how far we get in the next one, and then you guys can tell me, like, if you think it'll be 1 more or 2 more then. But, yeah, okay. Very cool. Fuck, I didn't pull up the chill music. Okay. Mute the game. I'm actually gonna fucking mute my audio output capture real quick before I bring up the music this time so I don't fucking deafen you. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It was up here. Other window, please. Okay, okay. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Turn that down. Pull back up Streamlabs. Okay. Boop. There we go. See? It's relaxing music and not deafening you. You're welcome. I thought about it this time. Taps my head. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna pull up art now. Thank you for being patient and waiting on me. Let's... Yeah, there we go. Tumblr is working again. Hooray. Okie dokie. I'll move that to the side. Put that into Blueski. Okay. Just give me a minute while I pull all this stuff up. Okay. Got the stuff from Blue Sky pulled up. Going over to Tumblr. And then let's go to the Discord server real quick. Stream art. Got this. And this. Okay. And then, okay. Bird got that in just in time. So I'll grab that real quick as well. Okay, awesome. I think that should be everything then. So I'll go ahead and share the tab. Okay, so starting off with these from Don Pompon on Blue Sky. So the girls are kind of having a bad time. Oh man, this is properly creepy. Really like the grain and everything here. Very well done. The blood is really well. The expression is, haunting. Yeah, you did a really good job with this piece. This is has some really good atmosphere to it. I quite like it. And then in addition to that, you also had
Bro doesn't know we're doomed by the narrative.
The fucking face. Honestly, yeah, like I've really enjoyed Ilya in this past stretch of the story. I've really enjoyed kind of somebody said the phrase in reference to Sakura earlier. I think said like what was the description, like stunted growth or like whatever, like as sort of like, you know, the way that Sakura is externalizing all of her trauma that she's had pent up or whatever. I find it really interesting in Ilya in particular as sort of like a, you know, literally a homunculus. Arrested Development, yes. But like I find it interesting with her specifically in that sense that like she's not even allowed to be a person. Like, she is a construct that's made for this one thing. So she usually presents as very childish and sort of like, you know, oh, big brother, ha ha ha, I'm so, you know. But like, there's just this really like general like emptiness and cynicalness, like cynicism in Ilya that she doesn't really show that much. It's like makes it very obvious that like because of all this shit that she's been put through, like, you know, there is a lot more going on with her deep down a lot of the time that she just kind of chooses to ignore or not show, because she just feels like otherwise kind of so powerless or spiteful about it. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I think about it a lot. I feel really bad for Ilya. And I think like seeing her kind of more on a level during this route and being a bit more self-aware and like kind of just almost kind of like just letting it all go and being like, fuck, whatever, man. I'll just say it how it is. I'm not even gonna pretend anymore. Like, that's interesting to me. So we have this posted by Philip on Blue Sky. I've been waiting for this a while for this moment. Now that we're at this point of NezumiVA's Fate streams, I wanted to highlight this piece of artwork I had commissioned from my friend at BeckyHop13 on Blue Sky, featuring two of my favorite murder girlies. Go send her some love. Fucking Haru.
I think we're going to have to kill this guy, Sakura. Damn.
That's really good. Jeez. Yeah, honestly, not an unfitting matchup, really. Next up, we have these on Tumblr by Violet Strations. Sakura Mato paces back and forth. Sakura Mato starts waving my hands around frantically. Sakura Mato! And Kotomine is there too, I guess, but this isn't about him.
There are literally worse things than being in a saw trap, like, for instance, openly expressing that you have wants and needs and are a real person.
Literally fucking true. This is literally Sakura. That's so... oh my god. And then we have this, which made me fucking lose my mind when I was pulling it up. Just... notably absent Gilgamesh command spells. Oh! Wait a minute, what? Oh my god, what the hell did she do? Damn, that's crazy. Oh, Jesus. That's really good. Oh, fuck. That's awesome. Where'd he go? And then we're out of Gilgamesh. The fucking sprite shape. And you can literally, it's like if you turn your head, it's literally the fucking pose. Oh, that's so good. What the fuck? It's so cursed. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Next up on the Discord, we have this from... Fuck, I have to disable streamer mode so I can see names. Niesna. Because I forgot to last week, I wanted to have at least something small for this week. So Rider as the Pegasus Knight class. There is a Pegasus Rider, but that's the same thing, but weaker. But it was fun to draw, and nothing much to change since the outfits were already similar. It's really good, though. You did a really good job with this. I quite like this. I think honestly, like, I guess I kind of understand the conceit of writers canon fit, but I think something like this would also be like really cool, honestly. And I kind of wish that she was a little bit more, I don't know, just a bit more fanciful, I suppose. But quite like this. Quite like it. Very good. Very good work. We have this from Cross on the Discord. Have a stupid meme I made in 10 minutes on my phone.
You've solved the trolley problem. You've killed the person responsible for tying all those people to trolley tracks. It's finally over.
Wow, so you're telling me you took an action that resulted in the... Well, oh yeah, the archer icon!
Wow, so you're telling me you took an action that resulted in the death of one person to save the lives of many people? You would have died if you did nothing. That sounds so familiar.
That's literally true. That's literally fucking true. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my god. That's really good. Oh, good lord. No, you were right. You were right. Archer fits that really well. Jeez. Anyway, and then finally we have the updated chart from Bird. So, oh my gosh, Shinji just paced. No Shinji. Don't even want to look at him anymore. I guess, yeah. You know, I mean, like, outside of the bad endings, where I'm sure he might be involved in a few of them. For the rest of the canon game, we don't have to fucking deal with Shinji anymore. Can you believe it? What a happy day. Obviously, Gil is toasted like last time. Updated near deaths. We have the black line going from Rin to Sakura now. Man, yeah, you're right. The board is a mess now. It's crazy. Sakura with the blanket. And the pact line between her and Salter. Broken line between her and Ryder. Allies between Ryder and Shiro. Damn. Lot happening. Oh boy. I can only imagine that it's going to continue to get even crazier next time, huh? By the end of the route, this board is going to be a fucking nightmare to look at. Once again, I thank you for your effort, Bert. Well, let's look through everything one more time. Well. Okay. Well, I guess that'll about do it for this time. But remember, we're not quite done with streams for the week yet, because there will be a stream on Sunday at 6 p.m. CST. It's a special mystery stream. And I have a feeling that if you've been a viewer of the channel for a while, you're probably going to want to tune into that, because I think you'll find that will be very interesting indeed. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens in the rest of this route when we get to more of it. We have got not that much left of it. I am also going to go ahead and disclaim, once we do finish Stay Night, I will be taking a tiny break away from VN Friday. We'll be doing, like, just, you know, something more general on Fridays for, like, maybe 2 to 3 weeks after that. Then we'll probably hop into Hollow Ataraxia after that. So just letting you know. But, yeah. Guess I've got nothing else to say. Mystery stream on Sunday, more Deltarune on Tuesday, and more of this next Friday. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll see you later. Bye!